Hello, little chatfish, and welcome to another stream. We're a little late today. I had some stuff to take care of. I haven't yet got my headphones to work yet. I bought this new nice pair of headphones. It don't work. Well, it works, but it's like... That's what it sounds like listening to the audio. And it's like, my ears. It's like ear rape.
Okay.
And not the kind you want.
Yeah, because I bought a new pair of headphones, and they're really nice headphones. But, like... For whatever reason, when I try to connect them to the Bluetooth on my computer, they just make like this horrific, horribly awful audio quality, like beyond words. I'm like, and I know that I tested that on my phone, and it sounds amazingly clear on my phone, but on my computer it sounds like I bought a $10 headphones.
Xbox wife, is that you?
Yeah, basically, so I'll have to figure out what the hell's up with that. But either way, Chatfish, we'll be carrying on with stream. Now, I did gift those memberships, chat, as a test. Don't actually gift any memberships today. If you're going to donate, just donate as you normally would, with regular donations. Yeah, because YouTube's back end doesn't recognize that those memberships ever landed on anyone. That's just part of a test. This isn't the first time this has happened, Freg. This is, I think, the third time in our channel's history where this has happened. Where memberships won't land. I guarantee you they'll land on people after the next month of memberships go, what we call decommissioned. Let's see. Let's get started. So, we talked to Moonbrida. Yep.
Moonbrida.
If you ask me, they're nice tits. If you ask me, there's not to be gained from mulling over the implications of your story in the freezing cold. Let's save it for the rising stones, eh? I'll get everyone to meet us there. Ah, but before that, you had best pay a visit to Whitebrim Front and speak with Elfinaw. He's probably worried sick about you. That, or he's busy playing politics with the Ishgardians. Either way, I'm sure he'll be delighted to see you hale and healthy. Speaking of which, you don't have a headache or anything, do you? A blurred vision? Oh, no reason. See you again soon.
Arlington is 2 pounds. Don't tell me what to do.
I just did.
Then I'll do it again?
Yep, because right now we're not going to count memberships just out of security reasons.
Mm-hmm.
If you had donated memberships before and that was occurring, don't worry. Your memberships were counted. It's because, we don't know. We don't know how. We don't know what happened.
We don't know. We just don't know.
No headache, time for sex. Says Jeff. That's true.
Okay.
Damn.
I have a headache. No sex.
That's what ibuprofen's for.
Why is that such a common use?
Because no one likes you squealing. He's like, eep. Now, there she is, and none the worse for wear. Was there ever any but doubt that the Warrior of Light would succeed? I think I speak for us all when I say that I should like nothing more than to hear the stirring tale of your victory, if you would be so kind. Then we were too late to prevent the summoning. But not too late to prevent further loss of life, an outcome worthy of celebration, and one which we have Ayrith to thank. Yes, you are right, of course, Sir Aymeric. We should be content with that, with what we have accomplished. I, for one, could not have wished for a better outcome. Shiva is no longer a threat, and the heretics have been routed. Aye, there is the matter of Iceheart's escape, but she cannot run forever. Whether it takes days, weeks, moons, or even years, my knights will find her. In the meantime, Lord Gillamon, is the caravan ready? The supplies that your men have recovered have been prepared for transport in accordance with your wishes. Rest assured that my knight will see them safely to Revenant's Toll. Of that I have no doubt. I take it these are the selfsame supplies the heretics stole from the House for Thames caravan? Less the crystals, which comprise the bulk of the shipment. Yes, scarcely a fraction of that which was promised, but a meaningful contribution to your cause all the same. Ah, on an unrelated note, Aerith, might I trouble you to accompany me to Camp Dragonhead at your earliest convenience? 'Tis not for my benefit. A certain lord was most distressed when he learned of your intent to risk life and limb to stop Iceheart. It took half a dozen knights to restrain him, and I am told. Polymathy donates a generous $50. Say dibs on a healer spot in the trial in 8 or so quests. Gonna clean, maybe nap a bit. Prepare for work in the meantime. Thank you for the donation. Genghis then donates $1. Say US Moweens. Oh, gonna wham wanch. Fuck wham wanch. Cries. Cowboy butts. Wookin' for points. Here we gonna fuck Prince Harry's butt. Yeah, weird buff coo US Marines gonna fuck cowboy butts. Hashtag sock. Hashtag purr. Hashtag do you have a PS5 for Stellar Blade? No. If chat wants, we can fund a PS5 and just stream it sooner. Other than that, you're gonna have to wait, you weirdos.
That was beautiful.
That was
Beautiful donation.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. God, please bless me with another.
He's like, okay.
Now, so as far as hashtags go, don't forget we've reached the weekly goal. If you want to fund the new Aerith model, the Empress model, which is the Empress model, now's the chance to donate for it. We have to raise $3,000. Well, 3,800 or was it 600? I don't remember.
3,200.
200. Oh, okay, that's actually
No,
cheap.
Kip.
By a few hundred. What?
Kip.
What?
You want me to automatically assign any donations without tax to the model?
No. Mostly because I
Okay.
want to make sure that they actually want it to go there. Because some people might not care.
What about Squealy Alarm?
Never signed that.
I feel like Squeal Armor is kind of like should be a freebie, you know. Maybe Squealy should just give it pro bono. You know?
Oh yeah, and Squealy
I
didn't
think you should give it pro bono.
agree to
Good boy.
like changing his alarm to Squealy when that happens.
Yeah, I would do that. It'd be funny. I'll just turn it up really loud and be like, wee wee, you know, and then everyone will just be like, "Wah, funny."
The kid doesn't
Oh,
realize
yeah.
he hates his voice, so he'll hate it too.
Didn't the furry thing go through?
Not yet.
Rothbar?
They
I thought it
are
was like just a couple of dollars away.
227 away.
Damn it, chat.
Oh,
It's
I thought it
over.
was just like $8
Fund
or
them all.
something.
See, I told you, chat, you had to hurry up on funding these little silly things, and now you've reached the point where you have failed. You have failed me, chat, and now you'll be destroyed. Because now there's too many
and
things.
here
to
I
fund.
here I was waiting to get to finally change my character into a
Furry.
You might make it. Who knows?
Don't we have to wait till fucking June to become furries?
True. We are gonna after this stream. We're gonna be moving on to Monster Hunter Iceborne for a bit.
I say June because that's when Dawn Trail comes out.
I see Robin is pixelated.
Yeah,
Yes. Oh, okay. So I'll explain that. So chat, the Discord thing refreshes the overlay thing. So because we pull the images from Discord, Discord forgot what Robin's is because he's not archived. So Robin and I, Robin has found a new solution. This basically just confirms we're going to be using a different website to host our images to see if we can find that as a workaround for what Discord is failing to do. We'll be doing that later. Right now, it works well enough. At least his avatar pops up, you know. Men give vent to their anxieties in myriad ways. Pray do not think less of him. God damn it. See, you know what's awful? That sauce I tried on my sandwich yesterday is amazing. They literally, any of those, like, what do you call it? Company brand sauces are always kind of really good. The Subway sauces, oh my god. See, the worst part is I have a feeling that's going to be like a temporary thing because it always do stuff like that. And it's like, god damn it. Because I bought like, okay, so I bought like 4 French bread loaves and I put them in the freezer. And like, so I'm just going to have French style baguette sandwiches, just constantly using that fucking delicious sauce. Oh, so good. It's the sweet onion teriyaki sauce. So tasty. Got thick cut bacon, made nice chicken. What were you thinking, Aerith? Wagering your very being on a dubious theory which might allow you to enter Iceheart's lair, knowing full well that she could have sufficient forewarning to complete her ritual to summon Shiva anyway? And then engaging the abomination in mortal combat? By the fury, Aerith, 'tis the stuff of ballads and battles for the ages. Would that I had been there to fight by your side. Yet, here I was, forced to wait, condemned to wonder at the fate of a dear friend for a veritable eternity. I would not wish such torture on my most hated enemy. But you are here now, and that is what truly matters. Let us move on. Sir Aymeric wished to have words with you, and Master Elfinod, in private, he awaits us in the intercessory. Yes, of course. Welcome. But of course, the intercessory. It's a big ball.
I'm riding on the back of it. It's a really dumb looking mouth. I appreciate
I actually don't know where the intercessory is.
It's down here.
Okay. Greetings, madame. I shall show you in at once.
On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, allow me to express my deepest thanks. Never before have we been required to contend with a prime. Indeed, there were fears in some quarters that our knights might not be equal to the task.
Genghis donates $1 to say, how much would you charge for a PS5 Star Wars Blade stream? Notices bulge. Hashtag sock. Hashtag looks at you, poo. Starts twerking, looks at you, squeewee. Well, chat, how much? Let me Google it.
I'll look it up while you read.
Well, it's not reading. That's the issue.
Oh, yeah.
A PlayStation 5 runs $450.
It's
So
pretty cheap for a PS5.
oh, is it?
You can get
okay.
410 for pre-owned.
It was like $700 when it came out.
So about 450 to 410, and then Stellar Blade.
Some places sell it for 730, but Best Buy will get it for you for 450. Yeah.
Oh my god, I type in Stellar Blade and I just get kitchen knives, which I do need new kitchen knives. That's true. Game. 450 plus $70. Ugh. Why is it so expensive? Jesus. Well, yeah, so 450 plus 70. 520? That's a lot of money.
Yeah, but Stellar Blade.
That's not like if it's Stellar Blade, I would throw in the thumbnail as a freebie if chat wanted to fund that. So I wouldn't even add the thumbnail costs for production because that's already expensive. I would just have it assigned to one of our artists who is on payroll. So he wouldn't be in a big trouble. But that 520 is right? Yeah. Making math.
$450 plus 70
520?
would be 520. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, if chat really wants for 520, we'll do it.
520.
Yeah,
Oof.
520. 520.
They're
What?
All that's going to buying the PS5, Kibbo.
Yeah. They can.
Okay.
They'd have to do it now, though. As in, it would have to be done today. Or it would have to be done after we've made the weekly goal. It cannot be funded during the week. Because that way I can keep it at an extremely low cost, so it's more affordable. Otherwise, I'd have to inflate it to expand for weekly days as well. And that 520 is already a lot. And we already have the $3,200 goal for the new model. So, and that's operating on the same basis because I'm trying to keep these expensive things as cheap as possible. But they're not cheap. They're fucking expensive. Kibbs has a microwave? Yeah, I do. Just wait for it to come on PC if it ever does. Yeah, and that's what my intent was. But if chat wants me to stream it now, that would be the cost.
PS5.
And I have more plastic garbage in my fucking apartment.
Hey, there's
More
some silicon and gold in there too.
And at
That's
some point, Kib, you'll start being able to build a little tower with all your PlayStation.
I can. I bought these console racks and I built them up with consoles already that I already own. I don't have anywhere else to
And
put
if you
them.
got a PS5, you could also play the Demon Souls remake.
It's ass. They ruined the fucking art direction. It's great.
I can download Helldivers on my
What fucking
PlayStation
Helldivers?
5 and sign up with my PSN to play Helldivers too. Throws myself off a ledge. If you had a
But-
guess at how much is the average operating cost of the studio per year, well, so how do I put this? Last year I lost my job, right? So that sucked. But then I started working on YouTube full time. I lost my job because one of the corporations that we were working for decided to say, hey, we're canceling our contract. And my dad couldn't afford to keep me because it's too expensive. So I started becoming independent, working on our stuff. Last year, our studio ate about, and this is including the channel, by the way, too, like $70,000 approximately. Technically, there were peaks and valleys there. That's not including the taxes, because we made a total of $130,000, and a lot of that's lost for living expenses. I forget what my living expenses are total per year. My apartment complex is about $1,000 per month. Then it's like a couple $100 for internet, and then it's
shit.
like, what? Is that
That's
bad?
so expensive. You should come live with me. My apartment is $150 a month.
Oh my god!
Fucking wow.
See, I'm lucky because this is cheap. Actually, this is a really affordable apartment complex. $1,000, not bad per month.
It's actually really cheap for me because I have it half off because of family relations, but it's still $300 for
Wait,
one
does
room
it
apartment.
does it come with AC and energy or power?
Because last year we
Or do you
did.
have to do that yourself?
everything, everything except for internet is included.
That's pretty
There,
good.
there are, you can get like a 2 or 3 room apartment here for like $500-$600, and electricity and water is included in that. You only have to buy your internet connection, really.
See, I've been trying to keep an eye out for a new apartment. Mostly because I would like an apartment with additional space if possible, because it's so cramped in here.
Is it really cramped, or do you just have a lot of shit
It's
laying
not
around?
that
Kibbo?
cramped, but I do
He
have.
just has a lot of shit.
I do have a lot of shit. It's not lying around. Hans has been here before. It's just there isn't a whole lot of space.
Have you cleaned your desk recently?
That's not gonna make the space expand.
I know, but it feels a little claustrophobic when you have a bunch of trash laying everywhere, Kibbo.
I feel
Wait,
claustrophobic.
$200 for internet? Did anyone say that?
It was like $100 for internet, if I remember right. I can't remember what my internet bill is because I
Oh,
always forget.
shit.
Yeah, because I live out in the middle of nowhere.
Mine's $30. I live even more out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, yeah,
but
so
you're Norwegian.
out here for the internet I need to stream, I have to pay $100. It sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, the internet infrastructure in the US is abysmal.
Oh god, like we're lucky that the streaming hobby became a thing recently, because recently that wasn't available. There was no internet out here. You know, it used to be fucking like good enough to play games and talk to people, but not good enough to stream. Fucking lucky that it is what it is.
Corsav asks, Robin, where do you even live? 300 per month is insane in today's economy.
Yeah, dude. It
I
is.
live in northern Sweden, out in a very small village. We have literally like 2 grocery stores. They're like right next to each other, and we have like 2 pizzerias and like 1 shoe store, and that's about it.
5 people live there. Everyone else is just going through.
Pretty much.
I'm trying to think. Because I think, if I remember right, last year, because I was doing taxes for how much money we made about $130,000, which is incredible. I think about fucking, like, my jaw dropped. And mostly out of fear, because I realized that I'm definitely in the next tax bracket. And we are. Oh my god, taxes were brutal. Oh, I'm kind of still recovering still from taxes. We're able to operate the studio, but just barely.
Mm-hmm. Small Swedish village explains a lot, yeah. But then I have to pay for like 52% in taxes, so kind of balanced.
Price of living, not that much. Taxes, that's what kills you.
See, the thing is, after December, I was like, wow, this is nice. Because I was sitting on, like, what looks like we're crawling our way to $20,000 in the bank of just, like, surplus money. Which is, like, nice. That's amazing. You know? It's like we're gonna have like a huge reserve and stuff like that in case there's, like, bad months. And then taxes came, and then I was down to, like, I don't know, like, a few thousand, and then Google paid, and thank God they did when they did, because it's like, oh. And now I'm back to just a handful again, because we've yet to fully work our way back up, because it's a new month, so all the artists and all the programmers, they're hungry, they reach their little fingies into the cookie jar right now. But I'm not suspending the project, because, yeah, we are close to the wire, but on the benefit, this year we didn't stop production. Instead, what last year happened, we stopped production because I just didn't have any money. So this is a first win. Not to mention, studio expenses have increased by a lot, because we actually have increased work speed and production. So all in all, we've grown since last year. And thanks to chat. I mean, if you guys were in the Discord last night, I was showing some previews of the art and the amount of progress you guys have done.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good.
I mean, it's pretty much purely thanks to chat. Like,
Well, it's
can't really do much.
Yeah.
Otherwise.
Like, they're literally crowdsourcing the tabletop and the video game, and they are 100%. They're the only reason why we even have financing.
Mm-hmm.
It's stressful to think about, but that's the reality.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be too stressed, because we actually make more money now that I've lost my actual job than I have my entire life. Granted, I personally don't see a whole lot of it, but oh well. I would rather invest it in the game, and chat seems to agree. They like it, and so it's a happy accord.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty exciting. Okay, so what
We
was
have a call. Honda Accord.
So yeah, I assume with that number, you hearing that, Genghis, you're content with waiting for a port. This is just gonna be like a year or something, like the end of the world, right? He just dies.
We're all gonna die, kid.
Char donates $1 and says, "I'm glad your financial stuff is better. Glad the king of the squee words is listening to me also. If I had no insurance, my medical bill from hospital would be about 330K. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god, that's awful, dude. Well, unfortunately it isn't. For you, hashtag Reggie, hashtag Rothcall. Thank you for the donation. Very generous, dude. But, yeah. Oh god, don't get me started on medical insurance. I can't afford insurance for myself. Besides, like, car and, like, renters. Those are the 2 insurances I have. If I get sick, like, I'm just like, okay, well, if I get sick, like, I'll have to man up and just get over it. Like, I just can't afford medical insurance. Nope, too expensive. The studio needs it. Just needs it more than I do. And to be fair, I've got a remarkable immune system. When I get sick, it's really bad, and normally it's, like, the worst kind of thing ever. And I haven't gotten sick in years, which is a great sign. Last time I was sick, I was almost, like, deathly ill. But
That's called having a man flu, is what they say.
so next time I get sick, I'll be on the verge of death. Unhappy gentleman. See, he does raise a good point. Robin Dude is right, though. Why not live with him so that you can spare a ton of extra money for the studio? See, I would if I could. He's in Sweden.
Yeah.
And I'm a U.S. citizen. And I'm
Like,
not a Swedish
It's
citizen.
a bit difficult to do that, you know.
That would save
it would
a lot
probably
of
be
money.
really simple, but
A Wong involved.
the
I am looking for a new apartment that's cheaper, though, to save more money. This is
the
true.
tax issue is it wouldn't be worth it because you would have to pay Swedish taxes.
Oh, yeah. That's where they'd catch all the
It would
revenue.
eat up. It would eat up so much more money.
Yep.
Like holy shit.
So the big thing in Sweden, I
Like-
almost forgot, is your tax policy. Because your taxes, like you think the government took a lot of our money this time. Oh,
Oh,
You
people in
did-
America think the U.S. government steals from them. Europe
Yeah,
is worse.
like I'm not kidding. They take over 50% of my income.
if they took
Every
50% of the income that we got, chat, we'd unironically have to fire people in our studio. We'd have to, we'd have to, we wouldn't shutter the studio, but we'd be not having a lot of personnel helping with the project, and the progress would slow down quite a bit. Oh, I do not want to think about that.
Sweden is literally like top 5 worst countries in the entire world to live in as a startup, like internationally. It's that bad.
Now,
You may have low cost of living, but those taxes.
I
fuck
think-
that.
if you're a corporation, get the fuck out.
see, the thing is, if I lived in an income-free state, I feel like that would benefit me, but I know they have taxes in other areas that normally get you.
The thing is, they do. Like if you're not getting taxed there, you're getting taxed somewhere else.
This income-free taxes sounds amazing. Like it's like a
just
fishing hook.
just move out into the woods in Ohio. But then there is no internet there. You're gonna have to have
Rip.
wireless frontier internet.
Oh
Frontier
god,
internet.
Starlight or whatever it's
Install
called.
self-internet.
Kill
Got to
Bill
dig the
internet.
trench for the Ethernet yourself.
The thing is, we should be content with the progress we're making. I wish I could just. This apartment complex is nice, but it's silent. There's no noise, and I can record in peace and stream in peace. But I do wish that there was a cheaper alternative, because if we could save a bit more, that'd be nice. Oh well. Should be happy that we're making the grounds we are. Now let's see. Progress story.
From what we have now learned of these beings, I can say with certainty that we would have lost a great many men had the Scions not intervened.
Then the argument for preemptive action should be self-evident. Perchance now you will reconsider my proposal that Ishgard move against Natalan.
Doesn't feel like it's louder.
He's so snobby in this fucking scene.
Ere
Alpha-
we first met, a
Alpha, no,
similar
yeah.
proposal was tabled, but the Holy See decreed that we were to observe, and that military action should be taken only in self-defense. All things considered, it was not an unreasonable decision. Since the calamity, 2 vigils have fallen to the Horde, while Garuda has never shown any inclination to storm the gates of judgment.
Mad.
Which is why this unprecedented crisis and its resolution may prompt a change in policy.
See, Elvanar's being a bit arrogant here, because this guy, Aymeric, is probably his best chance at getting what he wants. So he should be a bit more reasonable.
He is their biggest proponent in the Ishgardian government.
He's the knight commander. He leads the military.
Not
You
just the
who have faced
military,
these
the Temple
primals
Knights.
know well the threat they pose. Ishgard did not. Not until now. And there is naught like a brush with death to change a man's outlook.
At the very least, this should silence any lingering objections to our arrangement with Revenant's Toll. The Holy See may even feel moved to grant us its formal endorsement.
So far as it is possible, the Scions shall be compensated for their service.
We should be grateful for any aid you can provide.
As a gesture of good faith, I shall withdraw my previous request. Your people are doubtless needed elsewhere.
That will not be necessary. We too have a vested interest in watching Dravania's movements.
I see. Once more, I must thank you.
Sir Aymeric, if I may, do you truly believe that Midgardsormr could return?
The heavens are a window unto truth, but those who interpret their movements are not infallible. I requested your involvement as a precautionary measure.
But of course, you sought an excuse to compensate us from the first, mindful of what would happen if Revenant's toll were taken by your enemies. Ishgard is not wont to aid its neighbors, but that does not preclude it from manipulating them to serve its own interests.
Choose your next words carefully.
Shock on her
He did
face.
sound incredibly arrogant and annoyed.
I just like
in how he
Aerith's
said it.
expression where she's like, "Whoa."
The fucking wide-eyed,
Bulging eyes.
Do you
We
know
son of
what
fish
sort
eyes.
of man becomes Lord Commander of the Temple Knights? One who comes from good stock. I did not. Yet here I am now. Why do you suppose that is? Because I swiftly learned to tell the difference between words, deeds, and beliefs. You are correct, Master Leveilleur. Ishgard desires to see Revenant's toll flourish, as it would present a troublesome obstacle to our enemies from the south.
We are so glad to be of use to you.
As we are to you. Ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement, lest we forget, one born of necessity. The dragons grow more restless by the day, and the heretics harry us nigh without cease. We have contended with such troubles for centuries, but there are limits to even our endurance. Yet as a pauper is loath to part with his meager possessions, the leaders of Ishgard are not wont to render up their trust to outsiders. But with perseverance on our part, they may yet be made to see the light. Nevertheless, one must take care when walking the road less traveled.
Wise words, Sir Aymeric. I shall make a point to remember them. I must apologize for my earlier outburst. I hope it will not sour our good relations.
Not at all. You but spoke from the heart. I trust you understand that at times my duties may prevent me from meeting with you. On such occasions, my second-in-command will speak for me.
Lucia, at your service. Pray excuse our reticence. We are but wary of speaking too freely, lest our sentiments be made known to our enemies. Know that the Lord Commander and I are of one mind. For the sake of Ishgard, and of Eorzea at large, I pray our peoples can put aside their differences. Those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future.
Should aught befall one of our shipments, pray inform Lucia immediately. You may also relay to her any words you might have for me alone. Not being of Ishgardian birth, she owes no allegiance to any noble house, making her as near to incorruptible as one can find in my homeland. Suffice it to say, I trust her completely, and so may you. Which reminds me, Lord Orchefort, if you would be so kind.
Certainly.
In times such as these, trust is ever in short supply. Mayhap this will go some way to rectify the problem. The results of our investigation into the heretics' recent attacks, as well as our interrogation of the merchant you detained.
Sir Aymeric, I cannot thank you enough.
Think nothing of it. Ishgard may be many things, but it is no friend to Garlemald.
Did I not tell you to have faith, my friend?
Wow. This card is going to be a little bit more useful, but only a little bit.
Game's character, $1. Are elves just snooty twinks in this game? Care to burn any speech fund hours? Soft fun purrs wee.
No, I don't want to burn any because by doing so we'll lose viewership. It would seem we have much to discuss with our friends at the Rising Stones. If what you say is true, Iceheart method of summoning Shiva defies all precedent. Its necessities a complete reprisal of the primal threat and of our approach to combating it. Moreover, there are grave ramifications if word of this incident reaches Imperial ears. The Garlean Empire believes that primals are an insufferable menace, that their mere existence is a threat to this very star. As such, they deem any action taken against the beast tribes to be justified by default. Imagine, then, if it became known that it was not only the beast tribe of Eorzea that could summon primals, but her civilized peoples as well. Any lingering objections to the Eorzea campaign would vanish overnight. Where before we had to contend with a single Imperial Legion, we could well find ourselves facing the combined might of all Garlemald. But I speak unadvisedly. Come, Aerith. It is better we continue this conversation in Mordahona.
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 Are speech funds dead now?
No.
That's Genghis?
They're not dead. But we're not doing them.
Yeah, reading, playing a narrative game and reading the story with a French accent is probably not.
Yes, we'll do them in something
The
like
best
Helldivers
choice.
too, but we're not going to do them here because that'd be a very bad idea. And no, they're not dead. It doesn't
And
just
this
take
is-
them your dono goals and delete them, unless there's something absolutely bad about it. Like, let's think about that one fucking speech thing trying, that one that actually hurt viewership. Speech funds can only be applicable in certain cases, but we're not going to be doing them as much as this year goes on, and we're going to reduce them, and eventually, you know, reduce the amount that people can even allow to fund. Cap it. Because they are too silly, and they honestly hurt viewership. They're just bad.
Words cannot well express how glad I am to see you return to us hale and whole. Needless to say, I am most eager to hear your account of that which occurred in Kurthis, assuming you're ready to speak of it. Excellent. I shall summon the others at once. Iceheart used her own body as a vessel for a primal soul?
Master Louisoir's writings make no mention of such a possibility. Can we be certain this entity was a primal?
As certain as we can be that good King Mogulmog the 12th was a primal, I should think. Both were ostensibly summoned.
Yes, that is exactly what I'm thinking, Houdini. See, we're going to do it on Helldivers too, you know why? Because Chatfish will be mandated to have to do them too. That's right. You've made your bed, and now you get to get fucked in it. Ooh, yeah.
No, Chow Chow. Cataclysm comes out in 15 days.
Oh, shit, that's much sooner than I anticipated.
Mm-hmm.
Want to start whipping one of the arts?
Binsky, what class you
quibble
playing?
over definitions. Of more concern is the implication that Iceheart retained her will even after she was possessed. We are talking about a mortal wielding the power of a primal.
You know what? I can go with a warrior again. for,
You
like, the
want to
60
be a
millionth
warrior?
time. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I thought you wanted to be a paladin. I was just double checking.
Well, the paladin was really just so I could switch to, you know, tanking or healing or DPS for like whatever we have, but
You sure? 100% positive?
yeah. I mean, I want to play the warrior mainly. It was I was just thinking about it from like a utility perspective.
Well, fortunately, when we do Kata, like, there's tons of stuff we can do. We can just do, like, fuck around and do some quests. We can fuck around in PvP battlegrounds and get our ass raped, you know.
Like usual.
That's right.
Unless it's like
the important part is that we haven't chosen whether to play Horde or Alliance.
Yes,
and
chat
that
needs
will
to
be
choose
the main problem. That will be the main problem for starting the thumbnail.
Yeah, that determines a lot.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, so if it launches in 15 days, what we could do is the Horde Alliance Dona War is allowed to start today and can proceed for at least maybe 5 days, giving the artist 10 days to complete the thumbnail.
That could work.
Yeah, okay. So chat, Horde and Alliance is now open for Dona Warring, if you so elect. Remember to actually assign hashtags besides that, because Dona Wars are, you know, not overheads. And this will determine whether we pay Alliance or Horde as a faction.
Because Frag helped Kibbo, do you want him on the Warcraft thumbnail as well as Heretic?
Did they fund the thumbnail? Nobody has.
No, but we...
No, if nobody's funded it, then no. Because the rules
Heretic already wanted onto it, so I'm just saying.
Oh, is that what he wanted to use his thing for?
For getting on a thumbnail, yes, for that.
Oh, if they want to use that, yes. I thought you were just like, can they just be on it? No, that's not fair.
I was asking if you wanted to put Frag on it because of his help.
Did he get his rewards already? Frag, did you get your rewards already? Because technically, no, unless they have a reward slot, and a reward slot means they can't.
Actually, let me see. No, Frag wanted onto Hotline Miami, so no, he'd have to pay.
To be on the thumbnail is $50 dues. Them's the rules. Remember, no special treatment, because otherwise other chatfish are going to be like, why don't get nothing? Always be fair. Equal, not equity. Equity is bad. Equity is what leads to diversity and inclusion, which leads to cringe. Equality is based. It's fair, it's honest, it's just. Genghis turns $1 saying, not a serious hashtag. Make Kibs purr again. Not a serious hashtag. Hashtag sock, hashtag purr, hashtag horde mode. Wow. Well, that's $1 you do for horde.
Alright. I think horde will determine what class I play.
It'll determine. Oh, actually, no, I'll let chat choose the class and then the race. Because class first, because class is limited to race, and then race. Yeah, okay.
Every class is available in by Cataclysm to each side. It's just that which race gets to play that class. Because in Horde, I would play a Blood Elf to play Paladin.
Yeah, I know.
And if I
know.
was gonna... Okay.
Stupid.
Stupid. Also, Calca gives it $1 for the Horde. Kibbo got pretty blonde elves, and Calco painted green to a green face.
Can't read.
Pretty blonde
Read,
elves.
Squiggo, read.
I said blonde.
All right, Horde confirmed
for $2 at the moment.
Yeah, you have like 5 days before the donut war concludes, chat.
It can't possibly be that easy, can it? There must be some
Or
sort of
until
sacrifice
Friday. I
required.
think Friday's a more reasonable
Or maybe she's
deadline.
just special?
Yeah.
That allows the whole weekdays to be prepared. Yeah, I think that's fair. I wouldn't say Cataclysm was the beginning of the end.
Possesseth, I know not, but full sure am I that she
I'll tell you what I thought was the beginning of the end. Warlords of Janor. Oh, right in the balls. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Few are privy to the secrets of summoning, and but a single party standeth to profit from their dissemination.
A single party. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't presume to comment on how the lass came to know about summoning, but I will say that what she summoned was a primal. The readings were the same, or near as, damn it. Strange as it all sounds, it's really no different from what you've faced before.
Then mayhap it is time that we re-examined our previous encounters.
Pack your things, Ida. We're going back to Gridania.
Yes, sir.
It's so weird hearing their voices.
About
It is.
Iceheart's final words to you. Hear, feel, think.
Well, Houdini donates
Heidelin speaks to her as well.
£5 to say, for the Alliance. Wolves are the better furries over the damn cows. Make Squealy a Worgen.
Gross. Worgen cringe.
I'd probably play a Worgen.
No.
But Squealy, you know what they say. If you like something, put a knot on it.
It's before they gave them the furry model rework, so they didn't look as weird. And the furry models are so furry. Ah.
If Iceheart is blessed with the power of the Echo, she will doubtless have used it to further her goals. Or could it be that it was a revelation granted her by the Echo which first set her on this path? She did say that the Ishgardians were blind to the truth. Do you think she has knowledge of the origins of the Ishgardian-Dravanian War? It would do much to explain her unwavering conviction.
Did not the Lady Iceheart implore thee to seek the Keeper of the Lake? And did she not imply that in so doing thou wouldst come to see with eyes unclouded?
Midgardsormr was a king amongst kings who reigned for centuries on end. But he is dead and his wisdom lost to the ages. Unless it would seem to have yet another reason to stand watch over the Keeper of the Lake. For a mercy, we are well positioned to do so.
Terrible.
Iceheart, Shiva, Ascians, and Midgardsormr. I shudder to think how they're all connected.
Honestly, Corsovo, to give you my honest assessment, just if a developer is a furry or a scaly or whatever their weird thing is, I don't really care. I look at the product and the end result. Is it fun? If yes, then yay, the game is fun, right? Chad has made us play a furry game before that was actually pretty fun and well written. But it was one of those things where it's like, if it's fun and well written, I can get over it, you know? If it's shit, then no.
Well, you played a narrative game. It just had anthropomorphized characters. It wasn't really furry.
I mean, that is furry, Squid.
Well, kids, there's a difference between furry and anthropomorphized characters. Would you call, like, early Disney movies furry?
Yes.
Really?
That's the origins of furries.
I know, they stem from there.
Yep.
But ironically, sexual then. Games character is $1. I care not for the other WoW's issues. Kid must play as a female warlock with a succubus. Sock fun pure per suck.
Wait, did they take that away from the game? You know, do the little. You know, can they whip themselves? I don't know.
Probably.
I always thought that was an annoying character, also. I mean to scour the annals for knowledge of Midgardsormr. Given his great age, I dare say he appears in more than a few. Do you hear that? Like the commotion outside? Would you see if aught is amiss? The Dragonflight lace looks hideous, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I did hear people say that Dragonflight was fun, though the story was ass. Now, I'll also say this about World of Warcraft's writing. World of Warcraft's writing and narrative has been shit since day one. It's just not that good. Like, yes, there's occasionally a quest here or there that's well written, but it's more like one of the writers finally was like, okay, I'll write something interesting, I guess. And it's like, that's like a thing. The only thing that World of Warcraft has going for me is like as far as its environment stuff or story is its music. It's got really good orchestral compositions that are really, really well done. And great atmospheric. Let's see. Aerith, 'tis well that you are on hand. We have a problem. Royale has escaped. It happened shortly after the Immortal Flames took her into custody. She had been placed in a dungeon cell ahead of her coming trial, but apparently the accommodation was not to her liking. The turnkey was found slain along with 2 guards. 'Tis plain she received inside help. Citizens report seeing Royale quitting the city via the Gate of Nald with a bloodied spear in her hand. She makes for Castra Meridianum. I'm having a hard time there. I'm certain of it, with her fate in Erosria as good as sealed. What recourse has she but to flee her imperial masters? Flee to her imperial masters. Beating hard, even as we speak. Captain Ilbrod and the first are hot upon Royale's heels. Pray make haste to Camp Blue Fog, and join the hunt.
Join the hunt.
Bum, 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 bum. I just remember the World of Warcraft melodies. Beep, beep.
I'm going to Thanalan.
Beep, 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 beep.
Yep, gotta teleport to Thanalan.
Thanalan.
What if I teleport to Binsky's house? He's like, no.
Binsky comes out of his house.
That would be embarrassing because I haven't cleaned my apartment.
Like, damn. Dirty. Like, ooh.
You got sushi
meatballs, bunch of underwear on the floor.
Rip. Undie panties. My thanks for coming, Scion. I've spoken with the soldiers here. They say that Royale walked through the camp not a bell ago. Aye, she walked right through. You did not mishear. We have Raban's decision to keep the matter secret to thank for that. Bad for morale, he said. As a result, not a single flame in the garrison made any attempt to detain her, and so here we are. Royale must not be allowed to reach Castrum Meridianum. The name is hard for me.
Meridianium?
Trying to become Chinese to upset you.
Love China!
Modern Day Mao thematically castrated the majority of male characters in Dragonflight. I mean, I thought the story was bad since World of Warcraft, and I thought Wrath of the Lich King was bad narratively, because, oh my god, they did the Lich King so dirty in Wrath of the Lich King. He's like a fucking Scooby-Doo villain. He's like, oh, I'm gonna get you, kids. One of
the primary, if not the primary villain.
Well, in Warcraft 3 and Frozen Throne, like Arthas' betrayal and him becoming, you know, the Lich King. Like, it was a huge build-up, and it was really cool. And in the MMO, they fucked it up. The MMO sucks, like it always has. So honestly, when people say like, oh, they castrated the male characters, like they've been castrated since day one. That doesn't make it right. That's just my grievance with the Blizzard Entertainment's MMO direction. I just don't like it. I think they went stupid. This wretch was with Royale. He threw himself at us, that his mistress might escape. She didn't blink when we cut him down, not even when he started screaming. No loyalty, even to her own, the god's damned harpy. With me, Scion, we almost have her. Oh, don't get me started about Thrall either. The Great Green Pickle.
Time to kill a bunch of Imperials.
To a really chest too.
You will not take me so easily this time. Takes her easily. No.
It's only because she has a ski on.
Okay.
If there's anything to read.
She has anything to say.
She should have some.
Where are the
bloody
bloody
reinforcements? He's got it, Squealy. You said he's got it, you dummy.
I just...
Squealy, stupid. Oh my god, so dumb.
enemy reinforcements? Look sharp, man. Show them no quarter. Show them no quarter.
Yeah, that's right.
Your dimes, your nickels are pennies.
We get to fucking watch Terrestrial.
What?
Robin.
I can't move.
Robin's the VA for all the female characters.
Hello.
Rhea, a bomb.
More reinforcements? They really aren't paying me enough. Fools, you cannot stand against the Empire.
Yeah,
they have healers. Kill them first.
We'll read that after.
Yeah, I know. I figured.
I know.
I think she's invulnerable. You have to kill the healers. Plot armor is what we call it.
Can't kill me yet. Gotta wait.
You didn't do the thing you were supposed to do first before I sent damage.
Forgive us our lateness. We're in your debt. Man, you had it. The circle fetters those who wander within. Lure the enemy to it. Lure them to the circle.
What circle?
There's no. I don't see any circle.
That's why I said don't worry about it.
Oh, this is all the way over there.
I've more than earned my coin already. Noise.
Bind her, and do it tight. Yes, sir. Good work, men. She and her Imperial cronies pushed us close, but we were better. Behold, a respected officer of the Immortal Flames. People looked up to you as one of the Order's founding members, one of its pillars. It saddens me to see you fall so low. What would you know of Lou? You spoiled little lordling who has never known any want. People such as you take wealth and birth for granted. You think it your God's given right to rule over others. You know not of our plight, the injustice that we low-born Ishgardians must endure. To the noble lords and ladies, we are not people, but resources to be consumed. I did what I had to survive, stealing, killing, even whoring myself. Damn, it is no fault of mine if fools imagined me a paragon when I joined the Flames. To hear you tell it, one would think you the only person ever to have suffered. In case you have forgotten, Rabban himself was born into poverty, and as was I. We lived hand to mouth, with little more than the shirts on our backs. Hunger was our constant companion. Yet never did we bemoan our lot in life, nor did we begrudge others their fortunes. We accepted that the hand that we had been dealt and played it to the best of our abilities. Life was a battle, aye, but no matter what fate threw at us, we took it on the chin and came back for more. Everything we have fought for. Everything we have, we fought for. I just keep moving words. How are we any different then? 'Tis true that we were both mercenaries of lowly birth, and 'tis true that we both had our fair share of struggles. But whereas I sold my sword, you, Marshal, you sold your comrades. If life has taught me one thing, it is that you never betray your own. I would sooner cut up my own arm than raise a hand against a friend. But enough talk. You will return to Ul'dah to face justice and the people whose trust you have dragged through the gutter. You whore. Spits. You know, because now she said that she was a whore.
You're all used up.
It's like, damn. Not so much as a hint of remorse. 'Tis well that this sordid business is finally at an end. A friend's betrayal cuts deeper than steel. We must hope that we have chosen our own allies more wisely than Raban chose his.
I have heard. Truly bothersome business. No, I do not foresee a problem on that front. The main concern is Raban. There's no telling what the brute might do. Have the blades watch him in the flames day and night. You may leave the Sultana to me. I shall personally attend her grace. Sever one of the East Aldenard trade routes. That ought to keep Lolorito occupied for a while. Nanamo Ul'namo. For my sake, pray be a good little Sultana to the last.
Captain Ilbert and I have a few questions for the Flame Marshal regarding the circumstances of her miraculous escape. When we have completed our interrogation, we shall take our findings directly to General Raban, and that shall be the end of it. Your work here is done, my friend. My thanks. Ah, but I have one last task for you. Return to the Rising Stones and apprise Minfilia of all that has happened. I am aware that the antecedent held royally in high regard. For better or worse, she will want to know how this tale ends. Waddle, waddle, waddle. Waddle, waddle, waddle. And they waddled away till the very next day.
Till the very next day. Bum, 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 bum.
My God, the chatfish. Here we go.
Now you can wait, says Yano. Kibbs teleports to Robin's house immediately, dies as he feels his tax burden increase. Says Yano for 25 PLNs. Spider Pig didn't donate $2. Wow. Had catchy tunes, but Mixer's music is better.
Thank you for the donation, very generous, and thank you for the praise.
Robert will be very pleased to hear that.
Oh my God, Carlos is a retard. And yellow.
Yes, what about?
Don't worry about it. I read what. There, I called him a retard.
Art hard.
Because Carlos owns Helldivers too, and he's in a country which doesn't have PSN or whatever, But it's like, not gonna get you play, and it's like, Carlos, you tard burglar. They said that it doesn't apply to people who already own the game. Tard. I will bully him to death.
Well, it applies to everyone who owns the game. It just
Welcome
applies
back, my
to.
friend.
It won't apply
I
to
have
people in that
already
area.
received word from Alfino. To think that Flame Marshal Huayu was the Garlean agent. I know not what to say. Together with
You did not
Rabon,
expect it to be
Alenia
pronounced
lent
like
us
that.
much needed aid at the time
didn't.
of our order's founding.
Neither did I.
She
And
was
now I want her to
particularly
be beaten.
passionate about the need to tackle the primal threat. When we discussed the subject, her eyes fairly shone with determination. Whatever else she may have been, I choose to believe that it was her true self with whom I spoke then. But now is not the time to dwell on such matters. I have an important announcement to make regarding our effort to defeat the Ascians. We shall begin as soon as everyone is assembled.
Yes, Blake, that's
My
not what I
thanks
said.
for coming, friends. Moonbreeder, the
I don't
floor
care.
is yours.
People who already own the games in those countries will still be able to play the game. They've already said that. Yes, they delisted it, but no if you already own it in a different country. Now, if you're an idiot, you'll refund it and be like, oh, I want to play it now. It's like, well, maybe you shouldn't have been an idiot. Maybe you shouldn't. Oh. I guess VPNs are the way of the future for you. But thanks for coming.
VPN's so
By
functional, by
now,
the way, with
I'm
PSN.
sure you're all
Oh, rip.
familiar with white auricite, the miraculous material that will allow us to capture Ascian souls. Back at Snowcloak,
Guess we're gonna have to
we
make
verified
Kiboside.
its ability to
Kiboside.
absorb vast amounts of ether.
Squealing, you're up.
I don't want to keep saying.
What are your thoughts of Tyrion Fordring? Nah, he's dumb. Character Kibbo, he's my fave. Whoops. No, wow, universe. For the horde, time is money, friend. I think they're all stupid. The problem is anyone that's in the MMO is dumb. Like, I don't consider them characters, I consider them caricatures.
Alas, it leaves something to be desired in the area of stability. The stone can only store ether for a short while before expelling its contents.
In addition to auricite's inherent limitations, we must needs be wary of our enemy's strength. Our foe draweth upon an infinite wellspring of power. Even should we succeed in entrapping him, the stone will not long contain his wrath.
Meaning that, if we want to kill the swine, we'll have to be quick about it.
Tis our belief that an Ascian soul may be permanently undone, if smitten by a sufficiently concentrated burst of pure ether.
Meeting.
The only trouble is, we can't say for sure how concentrated the burst needs to be. Without knowing how much ether an Ascian soul is composed of, we're basically guessing.
Our sole clue lieth in thy struggle with La Habrea.
During that encounter, Heidelin bid you forge what she called a Blade of Light, a weapon which took the form of a luminous stream of energy. Based on your description, we believe the blade with which you vanquished your foe was composed of ether. Admittedly, your victory proved ephemeral, as La Habrea was able to use a crystal of darkness to flee into the space that lies between our world and the void. The fact remains, however, that Heidelin placed the means to destroy the Ascians in your hands. Be that as it may, it would be unwise to assume that she will do the same when we next encounter such a foe.
Quite so, my lady. We must needs find the means to forge our own blade of ether, one to equal that which Heidelin did benevolently bestow upon her champion.
That is all well and good, but it seems to me that producing such a blade will require a prodigious quantity of ether. Whence will it come, pray tell?
Oh, what if we had 2 pieces of white orosite? One to trap the Ascian, and the other to store the ether for the blade.
Oh, nice try. But it's as I said, the stone won't hold ether for any length of time. We'd still need to collect the stuff there and then, sorry to say.
And therein lies the rub. Finding a way to create the blade whenever and wherever we choose.
It would seem more research is in order.
I'm going to linger a while, perform a few more tests on the orosite. And I could do with some help.
Yes, Bitsky, yes.
Ranger, why don't you lend me a hand?
Oh.
Mine apologies, but I am required at the Waking Sands.
There's some sexual tension there.
Lady Minfilia hath given me sole charge of the premises. 'Twould be unseemly to leave them unattended.
He'll get pegged.
Charge,
That's
you
why.
say? So you're basically alone there then? Well, that settles it. I'll just have to come to you.
Whoa. You got a house to yourself? No, I'm going over.
You and Jer's like, damn. He's not getting out of this one.
While you were afield, word arrived from the Sharlayan motherland. You will recall that a survey party was dispatched to investigate the incident at the Isle of Val. What they discovered was troubling, to say the least. According to the report, the isle has been erased from existence. 'Twas as if a hole had been torn in the very fabric of reality.
Aye, yet the mystery endeth not with the isle's disappearance. It hath come to light that a number of scholars in various other locales were reported missing at a similar juncture.
What's more, they all had something in common with the head of the students of Baldessian. Every last one of them was researching a phenomenon called dimensional compression, or the rejoining as the ancient texts call it. I'll be...
Go!
All indications
I'll be damned if it's a
suggest
coincidence.
Ascian involvement. But I sense that a force greater still is at work. The entity the dark beings call the one true God. We must pray that my dear friend Kryl regains consciousness soon. If she bore witness to the Isle of Val's final moments, she may be able to shed some light on this mystery.
Complete. Mission complete.
Following the calamity, the forces of the 14th Imperial Legion entrenched themselves in strategic locations across Eorzea. So swiftly did they accomplish this, it was suspected that they had received help. To think that it came from Huayu, my right hand.
I hope she gets
Why?
executed. I hope they hang her. Fuck her. No, Jesus.
Like because of her name?
Yes.
There is more. We have reason to believe that Huayu didn't deal exclusively with the 14th. She also answered to a higher authority in Garlemald. But this higher authority could not have been the Emperor. By consenting to the media project, Solus Zos Galvus showed himself to be more concerned about preventing the spread of primal influence than claiming Eorzea for the Empire. He would happily have seen the lot reduced to ash. We believe a number of high-ranking figures within the royal household were against the decision, but that they knew better than to oppose the Emperor openly. Of course, this didn't prevent them from making clandestine provisions, in which Huayu played a part.
Alas, these provisions did not prevent Dalamud from falling, and the ensuing chaos changed the face of the realm forever. Yet Eorzea survived. To all intents and purposes, the Meteor Project had failed. and the Empire was left to rue its lack of a decisive means to eliminate the primals. Until, that is, it stumbled upon the Ultima weapon.
Even before the accursed thing was dug up, it seemed to me the 14th had the might to overwhelm our weakened armies. Yet they chose to hide behind their walls. Why?
The Black Wolf was wary of making the denizens of Eorzea desperate, lest more primals emerge to bleed the land. The discovery of the Ultima weapon, however, emboldened him to resume his war of conquest in earnest.
But there was one in Garlemald who believed that Van Belsar's actions were premature. One who stood higher in the Imperial Army's chain of command. He ordered the Legatus to halt his advance, only to find that the Black Wolf had slipped its leash, and that the 14th now acted alone. In a bid to bring Van Belsar to heel, he used the agent he had planted in Ul'dah prior to the Calamity to undermine the Legion's efforts.
A man who outranks Van Belsar, yet opposed the late Emperor's decision to annihilate Eorzea. This could only be the former High Legatus of the Garlean army, now known as Emperor Voris Osgalvus. So he was Huayu's true master.
But one of several in actual fact. We've learned that even as Huayu served the Empire's interests, she sold Imperial secrets to a certain faction in Eorzea. In so doing, she helped to maintain the status quo, thus prolonging the conflict. Considering who stands to profit from war, it isn't hard to imagine who her other masters were.
Seven hells! You mean to say that she was a double agent?
Triple, if you consider her services to Van Belsar and the new Emperor as separate.
As neatly as these pieces seem to fit, one aspect of the puzzle remains unclear to me. By whose will was the Marshal feeding intelligence to the heretics? And try as I might, I fail to see how aiding their cause would profit either her Imperial or monetarist masters. Could it be that another hand is at work here? If so, Huayu must be made to reveal whose it is.
Stop saying her name! Hurts me every time they do it. Huayu, Huayu.
Have I lost a
It's
trusted
Raleigh,
friend,
Raleigh.
I must interrogate her as a stranger.
It's a Royale, obviously.
Not a pleasant task, I grant you, but a necessary one. Unless we weed out the ivy, root, stalk, and stem, it will simply grow back.
I know that full well. Those closest to Huayu have already been detained, and I will question them alongside her.
Yes, question her by the, start chopping her limbs off. That's what give her the
General,
dumb name.
Pray keep in mind that there may be unwitting abettors among them.
All will be treated fairly. On that you have my word. Those who are innocent have no cause to fear.
You have ever been a friend of truth, General. I hope the unpleasant task of weeding out falsehood will not detain you too long. Though it be for the sake of Eorzea, doubting one's comrades is poison to the soul. And with that,
Poison.
I take my leave.
All these years, I've been made to dance to their tune. How could you, Huayu? How could you side with them? Those cankers who take from this land and give naught in return, who use their power to disempower and grow fat while the people starve. I know you can hear me, monetarist scum, Your crimes will not go unpunished! They will purge this land of your sickness before the eyes of the 12, I swear it!
Damn, he's gonna go kill people.
The speech was fine, but then how he just roared at the end, it's like, okay, you took me out of it.
I shall have no further need of you this day. Your Grace.
Your Grace.
I fear that not even mine own chambers shall remain private for long.
Has the situation grown so grim?
Ever since he proposed the Cartiner Reclamation Bill, Teleji Adeleji has risen to greater prominence upon the backs of impoverished refugees. The monetarists were ever united in their pursuit of profit, but the man's actions have torn a rift in their ranks. They snap at each other as rabid dogs. Yet now is not the time to be bickering among ourselves.
If this bickering is a threat to law and order, might you not have grounds to dissolve the syndicate?
Would that the solution were so simple, Admiral. Alas, my moving to dissolve the syndicate is certain to spark outrage among the influential merchant class, whom the Cabal represents. This would serve to exacerbate the current unrest, and peace would slip still further away. Be they rich or poor, natives or refugees, all who reside in Ul'dah have a right to pursue happiness. It is the duty of a ruler to protect this right. If I am to perform my duty, I must needs tread warily. It would not do to make enemies heedlessly. Were Lord Lolorito here, he would doubtless say that I have my head in the clouds.
A ruler is required to take a wide view. Try as we might to cater to all needs, some will inevitably be overlooked. As such, there shall ever be citizens who feel aggrieved. It cannot be helped. But as you have informed us, the monetarists take no view but their own. They hunger for power while the masses starve. In the absence of a common cause, it seems beyond any one individual to make Ul'dah whole.
And the presence of a Garlean agent within the Immortal Flames only makes matters worse. Even accounting for Ul'dah's historic reliance upon mercenaries, such a grievous breach of security is unprecedented. I fear this business will provide the monetarists with a rod to beat Rauban.
Eorzea can ill afford for the Immortal Flames to be dampened now. Ere long, the Garleans will turn their ravenous gaze toward our lands once more. If we are to resist their might, our nations must stand together. Yet for this to happen, our nations must be whole. Cannot be done to improve the situation in Ul'dah.
The true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her citizens. Alas, the citizens shall never know these things, so long as their lives are ruled by the ambitions of the few. The monetarists claim to represent the best interests of the people, but in sooth they desire only to manipulate them for their own selfish ends. For the government to serve the people, it must be formed of the people. For Ul'dah to move forward, it is not only the syndicate that must be dissolved.
Nay, you jest.
She's a revolutionary.
My friends, it was for no other reason than to make known to you mine intent that I requested
No,
your
she's not a
presence.
commie. You're dumb, Blake. You're dumb.
No.
What she's suggesting is basically the formation of some sort of what looks like a republic, based on her own suggestions and what she has just said.
She wants it to
When
be
I
a
make my
republic.
declaration to the people, chaos shall inevitably ensue.
Yeah, this is skippable, but why the hell would we skip it when we're playing this for the story? Genghis, you moron.
As the last
This is the
monarch
best
in
part of the
line
game.
Ul, I make unto you this request. Help Roban to preserve order and protect the people. Forsake them, and you forsake yourselves. For a strong Eorzea will ever have need of a strong Ul'dah.
Your Grace, are you certain of this?
There is no other way. When the time is ripe, the nation shall become a true republic. Both royalists and monetarists shall cease to be. Ul'dah will no longer belong to kings or queens or merchant princes, but to her people.
Based.
Roban, forgive me for casting aside all that you have toiled for in my name. Beyond this gesture, I am powerless to help my subjects.
Jenna, a republic, if you can keep it.
Yep, pretty much. I am most eager to address the Ascian threat. However, we dare not neglect our other pressing concerns. We both know full well that Saint Shiva will not be the last primal we face, and our relationship with Ishgard is still tenuous at best. To think... There we go. To think that the resolution of the primal threat was once the sole priority of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Some days I wonder if it was wise for us to take on so many other responsibilities. Lest you forget the antecedent, the Scions need not shoulder the burden alone. We are not the crystals, the Braves established for this very reason. The muscle arm of our new military organization. True, we are presented with a multitude of problems, however, we should have all the resources we need to address them in turn. Aerith, in particular, is ever ready, or ever a steadying hand, who I trust will continue to support the Braves. To what do we owe the pleasure? Have there been further developments regarding the situation in Ul'dah? As expected, the Immortal Flames have been struggling to cope with the revelation that one of their highest-ranking officers was a Garlean agent. Suffice it to say, Teleji Adeliji and his monetarist ilk have wasted no time in attempting to turn the situation to their advantage. Coupled with ongoing unrest, the Flames are finding themselves hard-pressed. Plainly, General Raban needs our help, and I will direct the Crystal Braves to offer what support they can. If I am to say abreast of the latest developments, the issue effective orders. However, I cannot afford to waste time traveling back and forth. And so, for the foreseeable future, I think it would be best if I were to remain in Ul'dah, unless you have an objection. None whatsoever. We have matters here well in hand. Monbrida's research is proceeding as planned. So she tells me, though I'm not familiar with the details. Irdianjur is poring over his tomes at the Waking Sands, and others are contributing in their own ways. Alas, the key problem, how to form the ethereal blade at will, remains unsolved. Nevertheless, it is only a matter of time. Aerith, while we focus on that task, mayhap you could assist Elfinal and his braves with theirs. It would do much to restore faith in the Immortal Flames, if the Warrior of Light was seen working on their behalf. Never forget that your esteemed status allows you to act in ways that those more tightly bound to organizations and nations cannot. As ever, I implore you to do so. Not that your response was ever in doubt, but I humbly thank you once more for aiding our cause. Now then, there are preparations I must attend to before my departure, such as receiving Riol's latest report. He has proven to be quite skilled at gathering information others wish kept secret, hence why I placed him under my direct command and ordered him to investigate the Ul'dah riots. When you are finished here, join me outside. Depending on what he has to say, I may soon have a favor to ask. If there are any developments on our front, I shall inform you at once, in the usual fashion.
Speak with Ryle. Not Ryle, but Ryle.
Pleasure as always, Aerith. You'll be escorting the commander to Ul'dah, I take it? Actually, I had another task in mind for her. If you would be so kind as to repeat your report for her benefit. Right then. Me and mine might have been making inquiries into so-so weapons. Oh God, no! You're one of those people that act the source of weapons.
I am a source of weapons.
Shush, Squilly. The weapons that what found their ways into refugee hands a way back. So happens we caught wind of something promising, a rather large purchase of sharp and pointy things by a black marketeer holed up in Highbridge. I doubt that this man would have secured such a quantity of weapons if he did not already have clients waiting. Clients that, for whatever reason, would prefer for this transaction to remain a secret. Brings to mind that merchant what caught an arrow while talking to Aerith, don't it? Generous fellow he was, doling out swords and spears to the downtrodden and disgruntled. Which isn't to say that these clients have the same mischief in mind, but if ye want to be sure, might be prudent to intervene before they collect their goods, savvy? Seizing the weapons before they fall into the wrong hands would be for the best. However, if we strike at the appointed hour, we might capture the black marketeer, as well as his clients. What say you, Aerith? Then it's settled. Rendezvous with Captain Ilbert at Highbridge, and intervene when the exchange takes place. Now then, if you would excuse me, I must leave for Ul'dah. I expect good tidings. There's not good tidings. You know why? Because there's some red flags that have been slowly creeping up. This story has been doing based on its overall pacing. And I don't want you to spoil it, because I don't know. But it don't look good. But it don't look
I don't know what you're talking about. Looks fine.
Something extremely bad is going to happen. And it's very obvious that it's all around Ul'dah and Uldah's power structure. And some character has just said something that was remarkably based, but by saying that, that does not bode well.
Its survivability has dropped tenfold.
You need to teleport.
Oh God damn it. I need to buy new mouse. There we go.
You do.
It's just like trying to scroll is impossible. Oh my God, Deus Ex was a nightmare. Anytime I try to aim, because you have to press the scroll wheel to aim, it scrolls to a different weapon. I just want to fucking neck myself.
This is 2.5? Yes, this is the last patch.
Yep, we're about to finish the content.
Well,
we're getting close.
Yeah, it's close.
Close-ish.
There's like a story beat to go through.
There's this is like a half patch before the final patch.
Ah, Aerith, my scouts have been keeping a close eye on the Black Marketeer, and it would seem that his guests have arrived. It would also seem that he has hired more than a few men to stand guard, common thugs of no consequence, but they nevertheless pose a threat. Even so, I feel compelled to apologize. This is far beneath a woman of your standing. And Commander Levelure needn't have dispatched you hither. But powerful men ever have need of loyal, able-bodied friends. Having found one in you, 'tis only natural that he would come to rely upon you without hesitation. Now then, we should make for the burning wall without delay and secure those weapons. The first unit will ensure that the clients do not escape. With me, Aerith. Trying to become Chinese again.
Yay! Though they are Japanese, it's a little bit cringe.
With the Japanese little fish?
Yeah.
They got the little party things that they wear at like parties or whatever.
Party
I don't know. Like festivals. Party
yeah,
hats.
the party things.
They unironically,
Party-
those little wraps around their head are like party hats for them.
The little wraps around their head.
Yeah.
For party hats.
Your racism is
palpable.
astonishing, kid.
I spy the one man, but there are sure to be others. I have a plan. While you approach the sentry and create a distraction in my men, and I will slip past and catch the black marketeer unawares. Once you've disposed of the thugs, wait for us outside the tunnel entrance. Any questions? Then let us be off. Good luck, my friend. My little chatfish, or my little chatfish. Who goes there? An adventurer? Damn fool, you should have never come here.
Shouldn't have come here. Make a faux rub from your coat.
Oh, he died. Oh, what the hell is that? What's a little midget? I couldn't see because the name was in.
Yeah. Oh, so Wallowfell, sorry, I didn't see you there.
Alright, now I must get back on our mount. Nope.
Mount.
Alright, let's see. I don't understand. What's this all about? As you can see, this is a fine mess. When I tried to restrain him, he drew a hidden blade and lashed out, but before I could disarm him, one of my subordinates panicked, and this is the result. How foolish of me to underestimate the bastard, and to bring an inexperienced recruit. Commander Levelue will be most disappointed. Damn it all, a golden opportunity wasted. You have a new flag above your head. It says traitor. As for the clients, though we know not how they slipped past our perimeter, at present the first is currently tracking a party of Duskwhite sellswords. We suspect may be them. Would that we could have enlisted the aid of the Immortal Flames or the Brass Blades. Alas, we're here to aid them. They're in no position to aid us. Well, at the very least we have secured the weapons, yet even that accomplishment is lacking, for the information we received indicated a massive shipment, and this is anything but. I will join the first in their hunt for the Dusk White sellswords. If the gods are good, we will catch them before they escape into the Black Shroud. In the meantime, I ask you to deliver these weapons to Ul'dah in my stead, and trust them to the third Yuhaze. He will take care of the rest.
Yuhaze.
Your mama Haze.
Weeb. Oh no, no wait, Yuhaze is a fucking the potato. Never mind.
But you feel pretty stupid, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it does. You're gonna have to commit Gibicide.
I don't want to commit Gibicide.
I think you should. It's good for you. Healthy. Builds character. Builds character.
I lose character. I become a kid.
What?
You didn't connect all the Ethernet shit?
What? You didn't. Not close enough. The gold port. Another adventure to here to lick the boots of Nanamo. Damn. What?
Yeah, my best girl, just cow.
Ah, the Warrior of Light, ever reliable friends, the Crystal Braves, you have my deepest thanks for your assistance in Korthos. Now, what brings you to us this day? A gift of weapons from a certain black marketeer, courtesy of Captain Ilberd, you say? Understood. Once we catalog the contents, I'll have them delivered to the Hall of Flames. This cannot be everything, can it? Riol stated with confidence that there would be a far greater quantity of weapons. A blatant falsehood, clearly. Riol is unfamiliar with the ways of Ul'dah merchants, who ever strive to present themselves as greater than they are. We should be thankful for this information. Was not completely erroneous, and that we managed to achieve anything of worth at all. It's still something worth celebrating, isn't it, Lieutenant? Besides, we've got more important things to worry about, like fighting those Garleans up north. There'll be no fighting if I have anything to say about it. Our orders are to stand watch, not to seek glory in battle. If you have no further need of us, then I shall take my unit to Coryllium processing plant. Time for the four to earn their keep, eh? Fight well, Eliane, for the freedom of all. Excellent work as always, my friend. Rest assured that the immortal flames will hear of your contribution. Until we meet again. What, you feeling like you're paid enough now? He's like, I'm not paid enough for this. Eric, a word if it please ye. Not here. Look for me at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. No need for whistling this time, don't you worry. Oh my god, Chatfish, how could you? Chatfish, Chatfish. Actually, is this way faster? This way. Thanks for an indulgent me request. Few places better than a market for privacy. I find all the hustle and the bustle of commerce means most conversations go unnoticed. I'll get to the point at the Burnin' Wall. When you and the captain interrupted the exchange, what happened? Tell me everything. Leave no detail out. That's not quite how the first told it. These Duskwights, they were chasing. Latest word is that we lost the trail. But ye never saw 'em yourself, not before the fighting started and not after? Something ain't right. I don't know what it is, but I can feel it in me bones. I'm not daft enough to be misled by some merchant's drunken boasts. Our information was reliable, goddammit. I know he purchased those weapons. As if I've ever deciphered the lender's books or had to follow a transaction back to its source. Did plenty of that back when the Braves were getting started. Believe me, the commander wanted assurances that we weren't taking Jill from the wrong sort of benefactors. Of course, these days the money flows like water, and the first and third get the shiniest new toys. Forgive me, friend. I've a lot on me mind these days, and I appreciate ye lending an ear. Right then, best get back to it. OWM donates $25. Say Hrothgals and no loots. Sock Fund, Sad Reggie will return. Here's 25 for the cause. Sad Reggie, Sad Reggie, Sad Reggie. It's like,
damn it.
Thank you for the donation. Aerith, can you hear me? This is Tataru. Your presence is urgently requested at the Rising Stones. Please come and see me as soon as you are able. And so we traveled yet again. Thank
All
God
the way
for
back to Mordona
If there
again.
weren't Ether Stones, Aerith would have died as an old granny somewhere, like 6 billion quests ago. Traveling to and fro.
Imagine if instantaneous teleportation didn't exist in this world, kid.
Ripperoonie.
Say that again.
Thank you for coming so quickly, Aerith. We've a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak with you, a most determined lady by all indications. Our guest is with the antecedent in the solar at present. Let's not keep them waiting any longer, shall we?
We have a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak with you. I believe the two of you have met.
We have. I had hoped to speak with Commander Leveilleur as well, but I cannot afford to wait any longer. The Lord Commander sent me hither to request your aid in a matter of grave import.
You see now why I had Tataru summon you.
Now that we're all assembled, perhaps you would be good enough to elaborate on the nature of the matter which brought you to us.
The Observatorium's astrologians have sounded the alarm. Last night, the Dragonstar burned with an intensity not seen in 15 summers. Not since the Dravanians engaged the Empire in the Battle of Silvertear Skies.
The northern sky doth burn full bright upon the Wormlord's call. The red behemoth beckoneth, and flame consumeth all.
The old Curthan rhyme, aye. The brightening of the Dragonstar is said to accompany the roar of a great worm. The astrologians believe that it was Midgardsormr himself who cried out on this occasion.
After an absence of centuries, the King of Kings did return to lead his kind against the might of Garlemald, only to fall in his duel with the Agrius, proud flagship of the Garlean fleet. Devoid of life, his corpse remaineth entwined about the Magitech monstrosity even unto this day.
Ariange has the right of it. Whatever this alteration in the Dragonstar portends, the Great Worm has shown no sign of life. Tataru, have the Domans reported aught out of the ordinary?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if Midgardsormr had roared, wouldn't we have heard it here in Revenant's Toll?
Roar is but a figure of speech. Dravanians can communicate in ways beyond our ken. It is for this very reason that we are forced to look for signs in the heavens. We cannot say with any confidence that a great worm roared at all, much less that it was Midgardsormr. Only by directly examining the Keeper of the Lake can we be certain. However, it will take too long to gain the Holy See's approval to dispatch the Temple Knights. Therefore, Sir Aymeric would entrust this task to you. Do you accept? We knew you would not disappoint us. Now, if you would excuse me, I must return and assist the Lord Commander. We have precious little time to prepare.
To prepare for what, pray tell?
When a great worm roars, his brethren cannot choose but answer. We prepare for battle.
Forgive me if I state aught which you already know, but I would ensure that you understand the nature of your destination. As Urianger stated, what we now call the Keeper of the Lake is the wreckage of the Agrius, former flagship of the Imperial fleet, and the corpse of the worm responsible for its destruction. 15 years ago, as the next step in his campaign to subjugate Eorzea, Gaius van Belsar attempted to seize control of Mordahona. So massive was his force that all thought his victory a foregone conclusion. But an unlikely ally came to Eorzea's aid. That day, Midgardsormr, legendary guardian of the Silvertear Falls, burst forth from beneath the waters of the lake and led a host of dragons against the Garlean airships overhead. In what would later become known as the Battle of Silvertear's Skies, the Great Worm felled countless airships before engaging the Argius. In the ensuing struggle, the flagship's Curlium engines failed, and it tumbled into the lake below. Yet this victory came at a great cost, for the explosion which followed claimed the life of the Great Worm as well. That same explosion transformed Silvertear Falls into the desolate wasteland it is today, draining the lake of its waters and crystallizing ether for malms around. Yet a remnant of the lake remains, and at its center a constant reminder of that fateful day long ago. In accordance with Sir Aymeric's wishes, our Doman allies have been standing watch over the Keeper of the Lake. It would be wise to speak with them before investigating the wreckage yourself. Be careful, my friend. We know not what dangers await you within. Now then, let us not neglect our own tasks. There is much to be done, and precious little time to do it. Far away is it? Yeah. Boop. And so we exit the little door. Monkey power! Whee!
No way! Trying for a Gungan.
You're in luck, miss. I was about to send word to Revenant's Toll about the Garleans. Of late, I've seen small airships, likely from Castrum Sentry, come and go from the Keeper of the Lake, though I cannot say for certain at this distance. I believe they may be salvaging something from within the wreckage. Thanks, Haynes. The Castrum supply lines have been cut for some time, and I'd wager they desperately in need of some spare parts and other equipment. So it's true then, the Ishgardians honestly fear that the worm might rise again? Well, from here, that seems rather unlikely. But if it's assurances they want, I have no choice but to inspect the corpse in its entirety. Easier said than done, given the creatures which inhabit the wreckage, and the aforementioned Garleans who won't take kindly to your presence. They're sure to fire upon an airship, so I'd advise a more stealthy approach. Take this boat and a few of your comrades to the base of the Agrius, then climb to the top. That's the only viable approach, I'd say. Chatfish have been gifted memberships all of a sudden.
Oh, they're starting to activate. Nice.
My goodness, it didn't take an age.
Well, it did. There was only 2 of them.
Look, baby steps.
That's. You gonna start inviting Binsky, or should I start the group?
Binsky.
I'm doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, Binsky's gonna put you in your goddamn place.
Binsky.
I was just checking the avatar situation. Tyler gave me access to the website, and I was just trying to see if I could figure it out.
Good old-fashioned Tibber Pippers.
But website backends don't make a lot of sense. So,
It's black magic as far as you're concerned.
Sharpstick donates $2 saying, Nani, YouTube not giving me alerts? Indeed, little Sharpstick. But yes, welcome aboard. You're a little late. Harla Tutini gives a membership.
Welcome to the stream.
Like I said, we're not going to count any membership giftings until we start seeing the gift things go up. Because 2 activated when there's like 20 or 30 outstanding.
I switched to healer because
thank you
I
for the
have
donation.
full group.
Yep, and I only have a DPS leveled.
Slacker hands.
I only have 10.
Also, if you want to be getting signed up for notifications, join the Discord and go to the Tag Me in Brother room and apply for the Bickering Palatina tag or the streamer notification tag. Then you'll be notified on Discord, if you have the Discord app, whenever we're going live. It's a way to get around YouTube's terrible notification system. Also, don't forget to even click the bell if you want to be notified of when our streams take place. Sometimes it works.
Good luck at work, Rapier.
Yep.
Good luck, Chuba.
Do you guys feel ready?
Ready as we'll ever be, boy.
Are you ready for Freddy?
I feel
I'll take that as a yes.
hypothetically ready.
I am become healer man.
Stand there, just do holy.
Did regularly read my last donation? It was probably during dialogue, so no, I did not.
How could you do this?
Sitting down, I'd imagine.
The Sea Genghis, now there's no dialogue for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys kicked on $1 earlier. With things like male succubi and flat draenei, I am left wondering, are there any waifus left in WoW, or has current year destroyed them all?
Was there ever any waifus?
There's females, but the thing is, like,
no,
I don't really care.
Waifus are different than females.
There's females that don't that aren't painful to look at. If that's what you're asking.
Waifu's more than just hooks, though. Don't get me wrong. That's a big portion of it.
I don't know. Some of the recent designs are fucking special.
Just don't look at them. You don't have to deal with them.
They got their main character quest, fuckers. Got the ugly ass dwarf with the fucking mohawk and what was the other one? Oh yeah, they made a black blood elf somehow.
Because
Are
that's
you ready, Reguline?
Yeah, well, right here.
There's nothing wrong with the mechanomes, says Harlot. Oh, so you're a big fan of diaper babies?
Yes.
What did you say?
I forgot to mention that to my dad one day.
Diaper babies?
Diaper babies.
Diaper gnomes?
I feel like that'll make it
your
trigger.
dad wants to come and play Cataclysm.
No, we should probably not run ahead of the group.
Yeah, it's Mr. DPS.
What?
You can run ahead.
You
You can run the head of the group when you're tank.
It's your job to heal me, healer.
A healer or just.
It's just what you told me to do. Just charge forward and then have the healer deal with it.
I have to stop the fucking cast. Holy.
Oh, this
Alright,
one.
so this boss is a little bit special. You have to knock the canisters out to the edge, but it's also usually better to actually explode the first big canister, because it really only does a bit of AoE damage. Unless they... Oh, they changed the encounter.
Yep, now they're just explosives.
That's better. It was really annoying before. Like, it wasn't hard, it was just like, sometimes you wipe it. And it was just...
And you gotta deal with it. I would suggest getting away from the...
Honestly, almost every boss that they've redone is for the better.
I would say so far of the dungeons I've done, there hasn't been one where it's like, after I learned it, like what they wanted me to do, it's like, this is just abject bullshit.
Wait till we get to WoW.
Gonna blow!
Gibby, no! Woo! Gibby got vulnerability.
I will say, I do find it amusing. This bird is getting the crap kicked out of him, and what is its solution? Grab gun.
Grab ordnance, literally. Bombs and shit.
The ring.
All the gear here is got, by the way, is garbage.
Oh no. The alarm's been raised. We should kill them.
Oh no. Luckily, they don't care about alarms. If they don't really react.
I was like, whatever.
It's more to scare people.
We need to pick up the key.
Oh yeah.
I just viewed it as it's creating atmosphere.
Wee wee. Wee wee. It sounds like the Protoss probes. Wee wee. Wee wee. I do that.
I made the bosses much simpler. Well, they weren't hard before either. Like, that's the thing. Whether you think they're simpler or not, they were really simple before. It was just like, they just had like weird mechanics that people just randomly failed at. It was just, it wasn't difficult, it was just like kind of fun.
The more I listen to the alarm, the more I just think it's saying squealy.
I know. I was playing squeal.
Because like on the boss we just did, what it would do is it would drop big canisters that you couldn't knock away, and if you were like good and you didn't aim the balls at them, they just wouldn't explode until much later. And if you didn't have enough DPS to like, DPS through it, then you just went, because then you had like 3 canisters and they all explode at the same time. And it's not like it was, you know,
fun.
Took any skill or anything. It was just like randomly a group didn't know how to do it because it was kind of weird. Like it was honestly counterintuitive. Because like it feels like you're doing the right thing, but no, you had to intentionally blow up one of the canisters early. Like I don't really think it's a big deal.
The Garleans had a lot of time to set up shit here.
No, it was their crashed airship.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, was it is their crashed airship.
It no longer exists. I know. They lost, destroyed it.
It's not lost. It's sitting right there. They know exactly what it is.
The thing about making difficult encounters in like a WoW style MMO is that you hit the cap of what is difficult like almost immediately, because there's really not that much that you can do, because you don't have like you don't have a dodge button. You don't really have anything other than just do damage or like a stun. So it's like that's why you end up with WoW stuff, where it's like laser beams all over the fucking screen, and you have like super convoluted strategies where you have to like juggle a buff between every single party member in like the right order, otherwise you just wipe the encounter and stuff like that.
It's awful design in my opinion.
Yeah. You gotta pay attention to how many people are on one side of the boss, how many people are on the other side of the boss.
I think so far the mechanic that's killed me the most in this game is like, don't look at boss when it's doing gaze attack.
That's because you're not paying attention.
Oh yeah, I'm doing DPS shit. No, why did you run this way? No, it's gonna burn. Okay, never mind.
That you can actually switch movement type in this game. So if you go into the character options, I think you can switch to legacy movement, and what that does is that instead of it being like WoW style movement where you scrape and you backpedal and stuff, when you press back, your character literally runs forward, backwards.
Oh, as in it's more like it runs in the direction that you're telling it to go.
Yep.
So it's just, you know,
maybe no.
It makes it a lot easier to.
I probably would have done that if I was aware of that option earlier. The issue is now I'm used to this current movement system, so I'd have to get used to doing the other one.
Polygon's $25 say, looking forward to being a shield hero for the boss fight coming up. Been so long, I've forgotten how it works. Hashtag RothGallReg, hashtag Yampa, hashtag Zyphon. Thank you, donation. Maybe you're just a little polyfish. Oh, polyfish.
I remember when Reggie misjudged when he was supposed to block something too. Wiped the entire party. Everyone. He's like, dumb tank, stupid tank.
No one said that though. They're actually very nice about it. I messed it up.
No, they weren't. They hated him.
Everyone hated Squirrely. Color me surprised.
I know.
Pretty normal.
Stupid tank not even to pull off their tier 3 limit break to block the party.
Who gets that far?
Me and Hannah beat Heaven's Ward.
Yep.
Did
oh.
Yeah,
we did that. We did that.
Alexander.
Yep.
Hi, Dragon.
treadeth now upon my bones, and waketh me from slumber sweet. Thou hast forgotten the face of thy lord. Remember, mortal, and fear me.
Look, you have Big Durgan.
Yay! Big Spirit Durgan. You can see his corpse is still in there.
Yeah, it's still right there. Hasn't moved an inch. Well, probably there's probably been some sagging.
He does have some mechanics, but we'll deal with it when it happens. Okay, I don't know the mechanics, never mind.
The mechanics change and I don't know what to do.
You can't target him. Don't worry about him. Let's still start throwing out attacks.
How bold thy defiance, yet full of fears thy heart.
Then we can kill him.
Mirage Dragons.
Mirage Dragons. They don't play that jingle yet. We haven't
They
won.
just did. It just played that jingle right
What?
now.
Oh, it was because you got loot. Okay.
Okay.
You didn't pass.
No.
Into me, mortal, and thou shalt know I am by. Hey, hey, hey. So thou art gifted.
Get on hands.
Oh no.
Get on here. Oh,
No, I forgot there was multiple attacks there. I thought it
Yep,
was just
that's a big. That's happens. Emma keeps going.
Yep. That skill is specifically called Akmor, and it's pretty typical that dragons use it. And of course, like it's mashing and stuff.
The easiest way to just do this one is to stand on the second ring, and then go in once the first ring is gone. Disgust.
This is so judgmental.
You guys care if I use the break?
Doesn't like you.
No, you should use it right.
I just wanted to make sure you guys didn't want to use yours. Boss fight in.
I think I actually think that fight was worse than the original. Though the original wasn't very good either, but you know, whatever.
By her gifts hast thou earned a moment's reprieve. Speak, mortal, and I shall listen. Guided by a star. My people have heard the song. Ishgard shall burn. Sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. We do not forget. We do not forgive.
Nice AC, kid.
The chat doesn't hear.
Okay, good.
Children
Shush.
I sire. One now singeth of retribution. I rise to join in the chorus. Thou art powerless to silence us, mortal. Yet thou shalt not live to labor in vain. Thy reprieve is at an end. Trickery is thy shield. This frail, ignoble creature is not gifted, but chosen. Hearken to me, Hydaelyn. I remember, and I consent. Fear not, mortal. I shall not harm thee. Mayhap thou thinkest me an oath breaker. Thou art mistaken. If thou comest to harm, it shall be by another's hand, not mine. I did but strip thee of thy mistress's feeble blessing. Thou didst profit much by her grace, but no more. his grasp. I drink of her body, and thence doth mine own find new life. When it hath grown whole, the loyal and penitent shall rejoice. The dragon song heraldeth our beginning and an end.
You have been neutered.
Good.
Yeah.
They got rid of the powers that were kind of cringe, so I'm actually happy. Because they were Deus Ex powers, is what they were. I was beginning to fear the worst. Those explosions I saw? Ah, but you shouldn't waste time talking with me. Alphanod had left a message stating that you were to return to the Rising Stones at once. The chatfish, the fat fish. I thought we just chubby werewolf chatfish. Oh.
Chubby, fat, kind of dumb. Bum, 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 bum.
Praise the 12 that you are hale and whole. I came as soon as Benfilia informed me that of Sir Aymeric's request. You have completed your investigation of the Keeper of the Lake, I take it? Then I would hear your report. You conversed with Midgardsormr? I swear, were anyone else to make such a claim, I would regard it with considerable skepticism. Are we to understand that the Worm Lord did not perish, and has in sooth lain dormant these past 15 years? Less a resurrection, and more a rejuvenation, for he who dwelleth in eternity, years passing as moments. Though his words were ambiguous at times, one statement left little room for interpretation. My people have heard the song of Ishgard shall burn. Clearly, an attack is imminent. We must share this information with Sir Aymeric immediately. However, we dare not divulge your conversation with Midgardsormr in its entirety. To even acknowledge that you heard the voice of a Germanian is a grave but necessary risk. Lest we forget, men have been executed as heretics for declaring as much. For your own protection, and for the sake of the our tenuous relations with Ishgard, the truth cannot leave this room. As for how we shall present our revelation to Aymeric's emissary, you may leave that to me. Pray remain here for now. Is there something you are not telling us, Aerith? You seem different somehow. It is almost as if you are missing something. Something important. Yeah, so like I have no powers now. Well, for Fend, Midgardsormr has stripped you of the blessing of the light. Are you all right? How do you feel? I see. It is a relief to hear that you are otherwise unharmed. It beggars belief that any being could possess the power to deprive you of her blessing. Midgardsormr made a mention of a covenant, did he not? One of the ancient myths regarding Silvertear Falls states that When the waters came into existence, so too did a great worm. Athic and Nimia, brother Time and sister Fate, decreed that Midgardsormr ever watch over the source from which all water and magic was said to flow. I wonder what, if this the covenant of which he spoke, and 'twas not the gods with whom he treated, but Hadlin herself. Well, if he is watching over you as he claimed, mayhap you will have an opportunity to ask. Let us keep this matter to ourselves. I do not wish to burden our friends needlessly. You know, it's a bit kind of... It's a bit... It's like, whoa! Lizard! Art thou a pawn or master of thy fate? What hast thou wrought by thine own hands, mortal? Says little noodle thing.
What are you without your god?
That's not what he said. Not what he implied. Dumb, Squealy, dumb.
My friend, I can scarce believe it. You confronted the Wormlord and lived to tell the tale. I give thanks to Helone for your preservation. It is our soul calls for gladness. Your encounter with the Keeper of the Lake served to confirm our fears. A great worm has roared, and it makes little difference if it was one of the two in Eorzea or any other. The Dravanians are coming.
I am told that Ishgard has magical defenses against Dravanian attack, though I am not privy to their exact nature. Will they be enough to repel a massive force?
Ishgard has weathered countless assaults over centuries. This will be no different. And now that you have confirmed the threat, none can ignore the Lord Commander's calls for the wards to be strengthened. I dare not presume to speak for him, but I expect the Lord Commander would sing your praises. I must away, but we shall meet again soon.
Countless assaults weathered, and this will be no different? Why am I not convinced?
The Ishgardians have warred with the Dravanians for centuries, nay, nearly 1,000 years. In all that time, not once have their enemies breached their defenses and entered the city proper. Yet, regardless of how strong these magical wars may be, I nevertheless fear that the Ishgardians are underestimating the gravity of the situation. Though it was not Midgardsormr who roared a call to arms by one of the first brood cannot be ignored, until such time as they choose to request our aid. However, we can do naught but observe the situation at a distance, and pray that our fears are unfounded. Our fears are unfounded.
We'll get there eventually.
Ere I forget, I believe Monbrida has requested a gathering of the Scions. I assume there has been some progress concerning our efforts to combat the Ascians. Pray inform her that our business with the Ishgardians is concluded. For the moment, I shall be along once I've completed my communications with the Crystal Braves. All done with your talk of dragons? Wonderful, because the Ascians are next on the menu. Let's head into the solar, shall we? Hey, where did you go? God damn it. Chow Chow, are you even allowed to eat nachos? You have like a sensitive tummy. You need to eat food that isn't affecting your thing. And I know it sucks, but you need to eat the right.
If doctor says no nachos, then you get no nachos.
Yeah, exactly.
You got your nacho license, mate?
Mike.
Now that everything's calmed down a bit, relatively speaking, I mean, I thought it might be a good time to share our progress on the weapon. I believe we're on the verge of a breakthrough.
Well, don't keep us all in suspense.
I mean, Philly's just fucking match. We're gonna fuck up whore.
Just in case anyone's forgotten, let's start by reviewing what we already know. So, an Ascian is an immortal because its soul doesn't return to the ethereal realm when its host is defeated. Instead, it flees to the place that lies between our world and the void. Therefore, the first step to permanently defeating an Ascian is preventing its soul from making this journey. And if you recall, when we last gathered here, I had verified that white auracite has adequate capacity to entrap the beings, albeit only briefly.
Which left the small matter of their extermination.
A little bit of genocide.
Aye. To unmake an Ascian soul, one must needs smite it with a concentrated burst, or blade, of purest ether. However, we wanted for both the data and the means to forge such a weapon.
Short of experimenting on an actual Ascian, you see, there's no way to gauge how much ether its soul is made of. As such, we don't know what etheric density our blade needs to have in order for it to work.
So we'll just have to make the densest blade we can and hope for the best. Though that would require a lot of ether. Hang on a minute. Why didn't we think of this before? White auracite can hold an absolute heap of ether, can't it?
Please tell me you're joking. God's sakes, Ida. I feel as though I'm reliving the same scene over and over with you. How many times do you need to be told that white auracite cannot store ether for long periods?
Goddamn, Papa Limo's had enough. Papa Limo's gonna put her down.
She's just a blonde. You have to forgive her. She forgets.
Not even human.
Being intangible matter,
I mean,
ether is
technically not.
given to dispersion. Only in its crystallized form is it a stable source of energy. I will test you later on this, so see to it you do not forget.
Right, yes. It's all coming back to me.
So our hopes rest on good old crystals again, do they? While they are certainly reliable, they leave something to be desired in the area of portability.
Indeed. I am reminded of the quantity of corrupted crystals required to thwart Leviathan, and the extraordinary lengths to which the Lamentsons went to transport them. What if it should prove that a similar quantity was needed to destroy an Ascian's soul? Or still more?
I do not envy the poor sod who has to lug all of that around, on the off chance that an Ascian appears.
That's the very problem we set out to solve, and I reckon we've found the answer. If it isn't practical to lug around the ether we need, we'll just have to draw upon another source. And the only viable source is the land.
If you mean to tap the Great River of Ether, know that it will entail considerable risk. Meddling with the currents may well induce a surge like to the one which despoiled Mordona.
Give me a bit more credit, will you? Why would we need to tap the river when there are veritable reservoirs jutting out all over the land? Aye, I speak of corrupted crystals. It might be that their aspect is out of balance, but a crystal's a crystal. It contains ether, and we can help ourselves to it.
While corrupted crystals are indeed abundant, there is no guarantee that they will be in close proximity at a crucial moment.
But what if we don't need them to be? What if we could tap their power from afar? A malm away, say? If we could do that, we'd have ready access to ether aplenty in almost every corner of Eorzea. I've yet to put my theories to the proof, but I've got a good feeling about this. If no one has any objections, I'd like to see where this avenue leads.
If you think it worth your while, you have my blessing. But tell us, what are your theories? I, for one, am most eager to understand the process, however vaguely.
I thought you might say that, but no one wants to listen to boring old theories all day, do they? I know I don't. So with your permission, I'd like to try something a bit more hands-on. I've already built an etheric siphon especially for this purpose, and I've been meaning to try it out. Thing is, the profusion of corrupted crystals in Mordona makes it something of a high-risk testing ground. If anything goes awry with the siphon, it would be better if it didn't happen within spitting distance of quite so much ether. Ideally, I need an isolated specimen. Does anyone know where I can find one?
May I suggest northern Thanalan? There you will find corrupted crystals of middling size, standing a reasonable distance apart. Ideal for your needs, I should have thought. Oh, and if you do elect to visit the place, I should be much obliged if you would assist me in another matter while you are in the area.
Has something happened?
Movement has been observed at Castrum Meridianum. During Operation Archon, the Alliance dealt the stronghold a heavy blow. Its facilities were extensively damaged, and its garrison reduced to a fraction of its former strength. Not long after our forces withdrew, however, their ranks were replenished by reinforcements from Castrum's sentry. They now seek to rebuild, and to this end they have their sights set upon the ceruleum processing plant. Having lost the Empire's support, the 14th Legion lacks the resources to sustain itself. To them, this is a bid for survival, and they will doubtless fight like desperate men. Though I have dispatched the Crystal Braves, I fear their strength alone may not suffice to stay the Imperial assault. I would request the Scion's aid in the defensive effort.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to inveigle us into fighting your battle with the promise of shiny crystals. Well then, consider me inveigled. I won't lie, the crystals you speak of sound perfect, so the Garleans have to go. Besides, we can't afford to beat about the bush. There's no telling when the Ascians will next appear.
Thine eagerness to hurl thyself into the jaws of danger cometh as little surprise. Exercise due caution, I prithee.
Though you have become a Crystal Brave, you are yet a Scion, Alphino. We could hardly refuse you. Pray, join the Crystal Braves and lend them your support. Thangrid and Papalymo shall accompany you. Ida and Y'shtola, in the meantime I would have you assist Moonbreeder. Scout out the crystal clusters, that the testing may commence as soon as the Garlean threat has been eliminated.
If it please you, I shall continue mine own experiments on white orosite.
Thank you, Urianger. Everyone, pray see to your preparations and depart as soon as you are able. Go well, and be safe.
Oh, Charlene's in their wacky plans, says Zektek.
They do wacky things. 'Twould seem that the events have once more conspired to rob us of our rest and recuperation. Though I would wish it otherwise, I must ask that you head straightway to the processing plant. The Fourth have already deployed to the area and await the arrival of the Scions. Wilrid will brief you on the developing situation. Meanwhile, I must rendezvous with Captain Ilbert at our headquarters in Ul'dah. I shall take command of our forces there with a lighter heart, knowing that you go to support the front lines. Your duties take you to northern Thanalan, do they not? We too must say our farewells to the Rising Stones for a time. Flahaman travels to Ul'dah, and we shall serve as her escorts. At my daughter's behest, I go to contact certain old acquaintances in the Gilded City. We are beset on all sides by civil unrest, and imperial machinations threatened by primals and troubled by dragons. We need all the allies we can muster. Many of my friends hold positions of power, you see, and it is my hope that they can be convinced to aid the Scion's cause. If past events have taught us anything, then we know that Eorzea must present a united front, or we shall fall. Ah, how extraordinary that my little Ascilia is involved in such a far-reaching affairs. I am proud that I might now stand at her side, not only as a mother, but also as a colleague. A colleague with influential connections. But I fear that Ul'dah has become a place of danger, even for one so familiar with the streets. Bah, woe betide the black god that so much as glares in your direction, milady.
Using milady unironically.
Ha oh, cringe. I shall be well protected, it seems, she says. She's dead.
The only thing is missing is a fedora.
She will be on our way. Shall we be on our way, then?
And then they waddled away to the very next day.
The poly will be destroyed. He's like, eep, boom.
Boom.
Commander Levelure sent word that you'd be coming. A veteran of your talents is most welcome. Not that I don't think we can handle the situation, mind you. I've learned a trick or two since the disaster with the Al-Majah. But returning to the task at hand. The Flames reconnaissance scouts have reported Imperial soldiers assembling at Raban's push. Such a force is likely interested in only one thing: getting their hands on the resources found here at the processing plant. The Garleans could begin marching on us at any time. Pray speak with Lieutenant Eldestein, that we might coordinate our counter strategy. In the meantime, I will inform the others that you have arrived. No doubt it will be welcome tidings. The AC just turns on. Keeping my feet very cold. Private Tilius, my soldiers yet tell tales of your deeds during Operation Archon. Would that we could sit a while and reminisce about the old times, but I fear more pressing matters require our attention. The civilian draughtsmen, you see, have come across several highly suspicious crates within the boundaries of the processing plant. I had my sappers take a closer look, and our worst fears were confirmed. These boxes contain powerful explosive devices of Imperial design no less. By my orders, the Flames stationed here are conducting a thorough sweep of the compound as we speak. Though it troubles me that we were unable to apprehend the Imperial spy, behind this I have faith that our men will be able to neutralize the threats for now. In the meantime, our scouts bring troubling news on the latest movements of the Imperial Army. I would once again ask your aid. Who's
I'm
that
watching it again,
really
yes.
annoying mount? Your hands, don't be in that mount, by the way. It fucks up the audio. He just turns around and leaves.
Fine, this one's quieter.
That's fine. So long as it's
No,
quiet.
the thing is, I have it on mount roulette because it's like I got tired of looking at one mount all the
Fair
time.
enough, fair
And
enough.
it's just like all the mounts I have, I just have on the mount roulette.
We've been keeping a close eye on that Garlean garrison, and it would seem the Imperials have finally begun to mobilize. According to the reconnaissance report that just came in, the squads seen leaving Castrum are too few in number to effectively take and hold our positions. They will likely mount a swift assault and focus on the acquisition of resources. I have, of course, also shared this report with the Crystal Braves. They've decided to take to the fields to meet this assault head-on. I've apprised your fellow Scions on the situation, and am heartened to know that they will be joining the effort. Pray report to Lieutenant Aliane, and lend your much welcome strength to the counteroffensive. Glad to have you with us, Sereth. As I'm sure Lieutenant Edelstein has explained, the Garleans have deployed a small force from Castrum Meridionum. Their main column assembles to the north, near Dalamud's talons. But we've also spied squads attempting to conceal themselves on the approach to the west. They wish you to rush forth and commit to the battle with the main column, leaving the detached force free to raid the plant and pillage supplies. Not much for a strategy, but these are desperate men. Captain Ilbert. Greetings, Scion. I understand the commander bid you and your fellows to come lend a hand to the Braves with such mighty heroes at its disposal. The Fourth should have little trouble contending with aught the Garleans might throw at them. But even you cannot be everywhere at once. The Third was getting restless, holed up in Ul'dah, so I marched them out here to fill any holes in the plant's defenses and add their numbers to your counterattack. The reinforcements are welcome. We've enough soldiers now to divide our own forces and safely engage the enemy from far beyond the walls. Aye, it would be best to avoid staging a battle anywhere near this much ceruleum. Let's take this fight to the Garleans. A wise course indeed. I shudder to think of the consequences should any of these storage tanks be exposed to fire. If there are no objections, the Scion shall join the Fourth and give battle to this main column. You're with the Third, then Warrior of Light. They don't know I'm not a Warrior of Light anymore. Your job will be to intercept these squads hiding out in the west and prevent them from reaching the processing plant. They're just like, why is Aerith not holding the line? Why is Aerith running? Shouldn't want to fight the gods anymore? No, it's kind of weird. When you're ready
She
to
doesn't have her
proceed-
protection anymore. She can be tempered.
She can be tempered. Oh no. Good thing Bino's not here. Report to Lieutenant Yuyase. His scouts should have a rough idea where the Imperials have concealed themselves by now.
And then they waddle away. Want to know benefit of playing Machinist, Kibbo?
What's that, slut?
You go faster.
Then I ban Squealing. He's like, no, I don't go anywhere. I'm banned.
Of course, Peloton doesn't actually do anything when we're all mounted.
Hard to say. I don't know. I'm already going faster than you.
A pleasure to be fighting at your side once more, Scion. Our operations invariably succeed when you're around, and victories are wont to pave the road to greater coin. Now, this detached force we've been sent to eliminate has split into smaller squads, the better to conceal themselves within the terrain hereabouts. I imagine we'll need to split ourselves up as well to cover more ground and make sure we root out all these would-be raiders. And seeing as you're an army unto yourself, I've assigned you your own areas to scour, clean of enemies, soldiers. Aye, this will be a simple search and destroy. We'll rendezvous back here when the task is done. Happy hunting, Scion.
Yes, right now we're recruiting Polly.
They're what we call fucking dead. No, I got stuck in a tree. A regrettable fate. We've actually started fighting Earth Spirits for some reason. Because you guys helped me kill them so fast that I started targeting other things. Not used to shit dying that quickly.
Kip, you're streaming an MMO. You get special privileges.
An army of chatfish to fight by my side.
What are the privilege of people that are higher level than you helping you?
Oh, stretch. You seem grim, Scion. I'll take that to mean that between us, more than a few Garleans won't be making it back to the castrum. These Imperials, though, they certainly made us earn our pay. I would be a happy man if I never had to tussle with another one of those Magitech whores. It is time we bid this war-torn land farewell. I will contact the Fourth and let Lieutenant Aliana know the West is now clear. I would appreciate it if you would do the same when you report to Lieutenant Edelstein. Edelstein. It is Fairbear's grandfather, Edelstein. Because chat's just very German.
Aggressively German.
Private Tilius, what news of the Garleans? The raiding parties are no more, then? Excellent. The Magina engineers will be most relieved to hear that the plant is no longer in any immediate danger. Thank you again for your assistance. You must be anxious for word of your fellow Lieutenant Aliane. Has reported a sound victory over at the main column and informs me that the Scions have already turned their attention to other duties. All but one, that is, the Rogadine lady with the large axe, would appear she has chosen to remain at the site of the battle. I know not what task keeps her from returning to civilization, but northern Thanalan is no place to wander alone, even for a capable sort such as her. I would certainly feel better about things if you could check in on her before you continue on your way.
Damn it.
Bye, little Fractal Jack.
Have a good one, Fractal.
He was just a breed, Grumpy. Grumpy's like, no! Is it just breaks Fractal Jack's neck? Not a problem anymore.
Yeah, Fractal Jack.
He's now, fractured Jack.
Hold on, I won't be a second. The beast seemed peckish, so I gave it a taste of my axe. I know. As Urianger never tires of reminding me, an axe ill becometh the hand of a scholar. What can I say? I like axes. To hear my mother tell it, I came into this world holding one. And it's not as if it stopped me picking up a quill, is it? I often think of the man who introduced me to the joys of learning. He's one of the reasons I decided to come to Eorzea. Him and my excruciatingly stiff childhood friend. Considering how unalike we are, it's a wonder we ever got on. The world's a strange old place, isn't it?
Is that a red flag above your head? Is that a red?
Blowing in the
that
wind.
ought to do it.
You're telling me an awful lot about happiness things.
Stop telling me about happy stuff that means you might die later.
So far, so good. At these concentrations, it shouldn't matter too much if something goes awry. Just enough ether to make it interesting. Did you see that? The way the crystal glowed? The siphon works, I'm happy to say. With a few refinements, it should satisfy our appetite for ether, which just leaves the small matter of forging our blade. I'm not sure how to go about it just yet, but I swear to find a way. I'll put a blade in your hands if it's the last thing I do.
Oh. No.
Phrasing. A useful talent.
An Ascian. Are they onto us?
Don't say it out loud.
By your brand, I see you are an Archon of Sharlayan, keeper of knowledge, seeker of truth. Meddler.
I don't know what the hell's you're saying, but I don't much like your tone.
Your instincts serve you well. But come, be not unsettled on my account. That lovely brow was not made for frowns. But I waste my breath. Let me direct my words to one who understands them. We meet at last, warrior of light. I am Nabriales. And you have long been a thorn in my side. I suffered the overweening presence of La Habrea that men might host the power of gods, only for you to undo my hard work.
Oh, bugger.
Do settle down. You must concede that I acted in self-defense. But what's this? I do not sense the blessing of light. Oh dear. Could it be that frail Hydaelyn has forgotten her champion? This I did not foresee. Shorn of light as you are no longer a threat. And better yet, the seal is broken. Now is the time to claim the staff. With it in my grasp, I shall rise above them all and take my place at Lord Zodiac's right hand.
What did that bastard want with us? Nabriales, he calls himself. With charm like that, I'll bet he has maidens falling at his feet. Unconscious. But this staff, you say just talking about it had the bastard grinning like a brat on his name day. Must be quite a staff. Oh, gods. He means Tupsimati, Master Louis Soir's staff. Minfilia's in danger. We have to get back to the Rising Stones.
Minfilia, no! No, not Minfilia! Minfilia, no!
And then I destroy Reguline as I walk by him. He's like, "Err."
Why do you do that?
Depixelates. It's like, "Err."
I was to be glitched.
You're here. Master Louis Swan's staff is kept in the solar, isn't it? Quickly now. It's gone.
You two.
So, you were able to divine my intent. What now, warrior of light? Ah, but that name is no longer fitting. You have become decidedly dull, and quite incapable of barring my entry.
What do you mean?
Shit.
You truly do not know? Then I suppose it is only right that I enlighten you. The blessing of light kept you and your fellow meddlers safe. It was that which prevented my kind from entering your domain. My kind, I say, though it had no power over the likes of Elidibus and La Habrea. Being of this world, they could come and go as they please, while I could only look on. But I need look no longer. Now that the seal is gone, I mean to act. Unlike the others, I am not given to waiting. I shall take that staff and bring about the next rejoining.
Rejoining? Then it was your doing. The Isle of Val, the scholars, all of it.
You will not harm her!
Whoop. Rip.
Moonbreeder!
Why must you insist on forcing my hand? Did you learn nothing from our last meeting? Ah, but I forget. My words fall upon deaf ears.
The staff is but a broken relic, a memorial to the departed. What possible use could you have for it?
What use? You mean to say that all this time you kept the key, never knowing what it was you possessed? The staff Tupsimati, or rather the stone tablet it bears, is host to a great power. Together with the horn, it can be used to draw vast quantities of ether from its bearer's surroundings. How else do you think Louis Soir was able to invoke the power of the 12 without making them an offering of crystals? Summoning requires not only prayer, but a profusion of ether. Even a child knows that.
If I did not know before, you may be certain I do now. But above...
Ugh! Damn it!
Nice.
Insufferable woman. I would happily end your miserable life here and now. Alas, Elidibus would never let me hear the end of it. Very well. If you will not part with the staff, I will take you too.
Oh no, I'm in Philip being abducted again.
Yeah. Wee. Wee.
After them! Quickly! Before the rift closes!
Now we have one more slot, I think.
Robin is tanking. Oh, we need a healer. Is she... Link Shell. Are we missing anyone?
I don't know. Are we missing anyone? Is anyone coming?
I think we have everyone that's available.
Then go.
Where is there?
The Chrysalis.
Well, I guess no one else is online.
Chatfish
There we go.
needs a fail.
Oh, Javian is busy.
But I've disabled French people in the matchmaking, so we'll be fine.
Why French specifically?
And they're French. Eh? It needs no more explanation.
So they're worse. It's that simple.
Okay. Cow, B. Just cow.
I shall not toy with you, Astas La Habre. Witness the terrible might of a true servant of Zodiac.
This is starting to die.
And then I shot him. And then I shot him again.
I have no idea if they have changed this one at all, so let's see what happens. Okay, it looks like it's the same. So you have to walk into these balls. You have to walk into a red ball, and then you have to walk into a black ball. And alternate that. Otherwise you keep taking stacking damage. And try to not do it when someone else is around. Because they do AoE damage. So it's kind of best to just pick a position and not run around too much.
So pick your corner, stand your corner.
Pretty
Get hit with AoE.
Almost dead. He's gonna be going to hell soon.
wherever the Ascian is going.
As in hell.
Void hell.
Real hell. And he made me use my crit ability and I couldn't use it. Kip.
What's it, Reggie Veggie?
This is my corner. Stay out of my corner.
Reggie.
Veggie.
Reggie Veggie.
Reggie Bolognese.
What a strange game design. Run into balls. Okay.
Run to the balls. Take the ball damage, kid.
Go in the middle, you say?
Yeah. And now if it's still the same, don't use the level 3 limit break here.
Zodiac's name I command thee. River of time, mire my enemy in thy sluggish flow. Impossible. He has power over time itself?
Sucks us into black hole.
We're in the opposite world, where everything's white instead of black.
And now here we have to stand in those things. Oh, I think maybe I should stand.
There's more of them.
But someone should stand.
Oh,
died.
Oh yeah, it kills the. I think I'm a little too squishy to stand in those. Okay. Just think to stand in those. Yeah, I think we wiped it.
Oh,
we're being defeated. Yeah.
No. Well,
the terror was there. Yeah, no. In reality, the terror is where we should use the limit break.
Somebody, whoever can revive, should revive.
There's only the healers, and they're dead, Kibbo.
Oh no! This is not gonna go.
I'm going to get killed now, by the way.
Maybe we can do this.
Maybe we can do this. We're not doing a lot of damage.
Raise a healer, kids.
Wait, how do I raise people?
I
can resurrect. Green people are res, right?
Well,
yeah,
the greens.
Heal at the pace of morasses. I died. I've never had to use my healing and resurrection shit because A, I'm not a healer and shit at it. B, it's never become an issue.
Oh no, so I've.
You gotta. No.
Literally the last swimmer.
Damn it! Has somebody told me I have a revive spell, which I've forgotten about ages ago.
Okay, DPS attack the rifts and the tanks stand on the explosions.
Oh shit.
But now we know, and knowing is half the battle.
Remember, information is ammunition. Throw yourself out a window.
And yeah, kids, swift cast. That's what you use when you're swift.
What's called resurrection?
Yeah, but you use swift cast and then resurrection, so it's instant.
Oh.
He's wearing.
Good corner, any corner.
Yep.
Damn it.
Damn.
You can take.
There's only fucking magic things over here. Take two.
Come on, come on.
Why is there only magic ones over here?
My
I know how
balls.
I feel. I mean, it's probably like 6 fucking magic ones on my side last time.
If you didn't heal me, I'd be dead. I'd be dead.
Bubble. Big bubble.
So yeah, hands use the level 3 limit break on the rift. Or if the ninja doesn't, that's fine.
Just one of the DPSs.
So I don't stand under those rocks or I die. Is basically
Yeah, basically only tanks stand on or under them.
Big rock. Fall on little people head.
But the rift is spawned over there, so everybody will get that.
Yeah, Ninja did it because it was over there.
That ends the phase pretty much immediately.
Now
Get
he's
thrown back
fucked.
into this fight.
And
It's like, no. I didn't like
he
the
teleports away.
Yeah.
Mission complete.
Secret Ascian me. Ooh.
Player accommodation, the one guy who can get it.
The fucking leg kicks the entire party.
They're all wearing armor. How do you know they're Makote? Their victory pose. Only they
My
do
thanks. Oops. I just left him in Philly. I was like, wait, as the portal closes. Oops. Well, it didn't have to be a warrior of the light to beat him.
Thank the 12.
Bloop.
Very goopy.
You may have bested me this day, but what of the next? What of all the days to come? Remember, light no longer holds sway here. I may return whensoever I wish, again and again and again. Eventually, you will falter, and the staff will be mine. Until next time, Scions.
There will be no next time. This is the end.
Is your car? Ooh.
What trickery is this? No. No. Cannot. No.
No.
This is cringe. I'm in a cube.
Use Tube Samati to gather ether. Quickly,
Crystal kid.
before he breaks free.
The fuck? That's how slow the animation is.
Concentrate. Call to mind the time you struck down La Habrea with the Blade of Light. Why won't it work? Is it because we lack the blessing of light?
Damn it. So much ether. And it still isn't enough.
Fools! No mortal prison can contain me. I shall make you pay for your insolence.
Please, Mother Heidelin, hearken to our plea. Lend us your divine light. Why can you not hear us? Do our words no longer reach you?
If only we had a bit more ether.
A sacrifice.
Moonbreeder, what are you doing?
Master Louis Soir, I understand now. The choice you made. In death, there is life. Farewell, Urianger. You damned old coot.
They should. The writers really need to stop with the red flag. I get it. It's a stinking thing, but you gotta not, because I saw this coming a mile away. God damn it! I saw this coming.
No, the last thing I do.
You never would have guessed.
What? No! It cannot end!
I think it's gonna. Look at him. You know, he doesn't look too sad about his fate.
I am eternal! I am immortal!
I hate his voice. It's terrible.
I am immortal! Not anymore. And you're out of
His
the job.
voice actor reminds me of like those like C tier like D&D movies.
Moonbreeder. She's gone. You did it, my friend. The Ascian is dead. This device is a legacy of Moonbreeder's toils and sacrifice. I shall hold on to it for safekeeping.
Minfilia, are you all right?
I am.
Oh, we
were surveying northern Thanalan when we received the distress call. We returned as swiftly as we were able.
It seems you have everything in hand, however.
What happened here? Where is Moonbreeder?
She gave her life to temper the Blade of Light. I have no words.
Rather than await the inevitable, she took her fate into her own hands.
Does Ariange know?
Yo, where's my future wife at? Oh.
Friend, there is something I must tell you.
I heard all, my lady. The moon sinketh, taking her leave of the heavens, yet her passing heraldeth the coming of a new day. Moonbreeder hath fulfilled her destiny, hath she not? Long ago, far across the seas in the Sharlayan motherland, Moonbreeder and I did study under the sage tutelage of Master Louisoix. Full oft did he impress upon us that knowledge existeth to serve the greater good. This sentiment, however, was contrary to the nation's policy of neutrality, which censured intercedence in the affairs of foreign lands. In spite of vehement opposition, he founded the Circle of Knowing, and journeyed hither to the heart of Eorzea. Through his noble sacrifice was the realm spared its doom. Yet this great soul, whom all should rightly have honored, was branded a pariah in his own land. His peers did accuse him of forsaking his duty as a man of learning, and of meddling in the course of history. When he left Sharlayan behind, Master Louisoix gave no word to signal his intent to Moonbreeder. Close as they were, as master and disciple, she was deeply wounded by the sudden exclusion from his confidence. Above all, however, she was confused. Try as she might, she could ill comprehend her master's motive. The slanders that were heaped upon him after his passing served only to inflame the turmoil within her. For years upon end, she knew not what to believe. Torn as she was twixt the man whom she revered and the man who forsook her and his duty both.
The Louisoix I knew would never forsake his duty, much less one of his own.
This I know full well, my lady. 'Twas not for want of love that Master Louisoix hid his intent. He but desired that Moonbreeder discover her own path, free of the shadow of his influence. Long did I contemplate revealing the truth to her, and long did I hold my peace. After all, was it not Master Louisoix's wish that she come to the truth unaided? I told myself it was, and resolved to let her suffer. Knowingly did I deny my friend the comfort she craved. And now she hath gone to her rest, with doubt still in her heart. Speakest thou in earnest? Did Moonbreeder truly come to understand Master Louisoix's will before the end? The realization hath set her free. She may now find the peace which hath for so long eluded her. Oh, Moonbreeder, my dearest, how I shall miss thee.
Moonbreeder gave her life that we might possess the means to defeat the Ascians. Her sacrifice must not be in vain. Let us continue her work on the Blade of Ether and see it to completion.
My lady, I would mourn Moonbreeder in mine own way. I beg your permission to return to the Waking Sands.
Of course, my friend. Take all the time you require. We shall be here should you have need of us.
Never have I seen Urianger so utterly defeated. No one should be made to suffer such grief. We shall gather in Charlean manor to celebrate Moonbreeder's life and mourn her passing. Brack.
Rock.
It looks like a rock.
I got it right.
As Moonbreeder was a native of Charlean, I feel it is only fitting that we gather before the mark of the scholar. Are you familiar with the stone? 'Tis a monument found at Rathermost and is sacred to Thalek, guardian deity of the city of learning. There we shall pray for our dear friend's soul and bid her a peaceful return to the light of the Mother Crystal.
That's rock.
Maybe a bucket fish. He just knew what a Mother Crystal was. Like, Mother Crystal.
Mother Crystal.
My God.
Forgive me, Moonbreeder. Had I been quicker or wiser. But I was not, and you paid the price. But you would not suffer us to wallow in our sorrow, would you? You would tell us to pick ourselves up and get on with it. And so we shall. We shall defend this realm and her people to the last.
Life for death, a fair exchange. other bargains will be struck.
Scroll the wheel of fun. Scroll the wheel of sadness. And then we abandon hands. No, as he falls off the ledge, sad and neglected his tiny
Or can I
little
just accept the teleport?
feminine body. Feminine plummets.
What did you say? Did you order a new mouse already, or what?
No, I just haven't found one that I like yet. Vertical mice are kind of, I'm picky, so I was like, I don't want to buy a shitty one because I've done that before, and mice are expensive, and let's just put it this way, we don't have an infinite budget. I gotta fix my headphones that I bought. They were really nice. They don't work for some reason. Oh, I'm gonna have a fucking
Maybe
aneurysm.
Kibbs bought one of those old ones where they literally can't play. Because I have a pair of wireless headphones and they can't use the microphone and and play audio at the same time without nuking the quality.
Oh god. Like what if? Like then Kibbo side is necessary in order for me to move on with my life. Ooh, oh, the USB? No, they're not. I'm gonna probably have to have them returned. And I'm gonna have to neck myself for wasting my time. Though we have said our farewells, the pall of sadness has diminished, but little forgive me, as antecedent, 'tis my job to be the pillar of strength for all others to lean upon. Yet I also believe the grief we feel now is precious in its own way, and not to be lightly swept aside. Do you not agree, Aerith?
Now, before you take the next quest, know that we are now on the last patch. And if you want to push through it, that's probably going to be like 2 hours. I don't know if you have that.
Like there's a lot of voiced cutscenes.
So if you want to push through it, I'm okay with that. But I don't know if you have anything set up with Arch or anything after this stream.
Well, I do gotta make dinner, so I'm just wondering that if we just do this as like a baby stream, so like, come Wednesday, we do our Monster Hunter stuff, but we literally just do the cutscene and then we switch over to Monster Hunter once we get through it.
I mean, we could do another Final Fantasy stream. There is still stuff we could do.
Okay,
because
stuff to elongate it.
there are still more dungeons and whatnot. You could definitely get a whole stream out of it.
Okay. Well, I'm streaming Elwyn Godfist. You little lemon.
But since this is the last quest, or this is literally the last cutscene of this patch, so it's up to you if this is like a good place to stop for today.
That is probably a good spot because 2 hours of cutscenes. Tis as if a day. We'll just call it Final Fantasy the movie. Tis.
Don't worry, the game will tell you.
Tis as if a dagger has been thrust into my breast. Grabs breast, honks it, honk. But tis a pain we must learn to bear, if we are to forge ahead with our duty. The battles we have fought have taken the lives of so many. Louisoix, Moonbreda, our fellows at the Waking Sands. Their spirits and dedication to our cause, however, will never be lost as long as we rise to fight once more. I hardly need remind you of this. Of course, 'tis for my own benefit that I repeat these words, a reaffirmation of mine own chosen path. If I do not rebuild the foundation of my resolve, I am like to collapse in a fit of weeping. My apologies again, Aerith. There is no other to whom I could display such weakness. You are my pillar of strength, and I fear I shall have need of your steadfast presence in the days to come. victory won, a comrade lass. To honor the fallen, the living forge ever on, towards the light of a new day. Mask of Grief. Have you a moment, Aerith? I believe Ul'dah wishes a word with you. I should consider it a personal favor if you would lend a sympathetic ear to her troubles. She has not been herself since Moonbreeder's passing, and my heart aches to see her so downcast.
Dropshik says, for $2, I have a video for you. I'll send the link in DM.
Already do that.
So, this is now the next patch. So, like I said, if you want to stop, this is where you should stop.
Okay.
Because it's not just cutscenes. It's a whole patch. That we haven't done now.
God damn it! Don't press F5. That doesn't do anything. It does. Quick save.
There's no quick saving in this game. MMO.
Oh, by the way, Binsky, you left Robin testing the general PC in the other server. I figured I'd let you know.
No, I've been messing with that like the whole time.
Okay, Sharpshit, you haven't sent me anything, you little mongoroid. He's like, eep. No, because he just got called mongoroid and he's very sad about it. He just sits there, blinking with his dumb little cat face, refusing to elaborate or do anything. Okay, finally. A stroll in Thanalan. Sharpshick uploaded that. I don't know. Can I look at that? Is that spoilers? I'm gonna send it to somebody else to confirm. Before doing anything else. I had to make sure I sent the white wine. Bensky will review it. Bensky, review that. With your Benskian eyes.
This is a part of the Manderville quest chain.
So don't look at it yet.
It's not spoilers. It's a side quest.
Oh, okay.
That we won't do unless unless we have time and we get to it, or maybe even get paid for it.
We can't do content and watch content outside of that, chat. No spoilers, please, Robin. You can send it to him. It's a meme. Is it a meme?
No, you can watch this. This is no big deal.
Oh, okay. Then we shall. Gotta confirm. Always good to be safe. Then, sorry. You know how it is, Chatfish. Chatfish is chat. Hold on. I'll cover my list screen. Pause the video. Maximize.
So yeah. Manderville quest line.
Okay. What? By the grace of Thal, what sorcery is this? He yet lives? Screen tearing.
The only reason this is funny because of the outfit.
The screen tearing helps.
I gotta pause it to make sure I can read in time. Hildebrand, Helidor, Maximilian Manderville.
Pop the limit break.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
It's a bit special.
What a cutscene.
The more you learn, as they say. The more you learn to despise sharpsticks. Bully them. Thank you for your donation. A funny little shmeme video. This, I think, will wrap up this stream. I'm probably going to get food sorted for dinner. I don't know if I've got enough time for another stream, so we'll see. But thanks again for your generous donations, Chatfish. And we will see you in tomorrow's stream.
Have a good night.
Good night now.
Good night, Chatfish.